very good morning to you all and welcome to the Thursday edition of Active Morning right here on Active TV with me, Ejenim Boaten J, and later on the show I'll be joined by Fabia and Clement as we discuss the issues trending on social media. Remember, we are streaming live on our Facebook at Active TVGH, at Active TVGH on Facebook. Like the page, share and comment. We are also streaming live on YouTube as well on Active TVGH. Remember to join the discussion. And today, what are we discussing on the show today? The Ghana Police Service says it has arrested, arranged before court, 4 of their members who were engaged in a series of bullion van attacks. Now, yesterday they were presented to court. The question many people are asking, the people who are supposed to fight against crime are the ones engaging in it. We are asking, is it time we change our processes that leads to recruitment in the police service? Today on the show, we're speaking to security experts, Adib Sani and Adam Bona, who will be joining the discussion via phone to talk about security, especially with the Ghana Police Service. So this is the issue that we'll be talking much more on the show today. So join the discussion via WhatsApp line 0507-237-736, 0503-236-735, and we'll be discussing the issue right here on Active Morning. Remember also Active Byte will be on standby, and then Kyei Innocent, as we normally do on Thursdays, will also be joining us for Time with Ivan. And today we are looking at Ghana at 65. Is it worth celebrating? What are we celebrating at Ghana at 65? And also we'll be looking at the president's call on Ghanaians to give him more time to develop Ghana. So these are the issues that we'll be looking at on the show this morning. My name is Ejenim Boaten once again, and I welcome you to the Active Morning Show. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it is the Active Sports. But then before we go, I want to wish a very happy birthday to Jadin Senafiao and Ariam Senafiao. Today is your birthday, and we thank the Almighty God for adding another years to your age, and we hope that you become great people in future. And this is from your dad and your mom. So Jaden and Ariam Senafiao attend school at Pure City International, and we wish them a happy birthday. We'll be back after this break. Welcome back, and let's do some updates on sports today. And to our first story, Sule Muntari scored his first goal for Accra House of Folk against Wafa yesterday. Now, House of Folk veteran midfielder Sule Muntari opened his goal account for the defending Premier League champions with a goal in the size 2-1 win over the West African Football Academy Wafa. Now, the talismanic midfielder netted his debut goal from the spot kick in the 75th minute to give the side the maximum points. Now, Kojo Obeng Jr. shot the Phobians to the lead a minute after the start of the second half, but it lasted less than 10 minutes for Wafa to peg back through Henry Owari in the 55th minute. The result lifted the Samuel Bodler side to 5th on the standings, while Wafa remain rooted in the relegation zone. Now, Chairman Wontumi has expressed interest in the purchase of Chelsea from Russian oligarch Roman Abramovich. Abramovich is selling the club he bought nearly 20 years ago at 3 billion euros and 3 billion pounds. Wontumi is offering 3.1 billion for Chelsea and will buy Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo and Vinicius Jr., as well as selling Romelu Lukaku when he finally gets hold of the European champions. Now that's an interesting news coming in from the world of sports. Now the Prince of Goals Prince Tego has backed for Muntari's call to the inclusion of the Black Stars squad. Now former Ghana star Prince Tego has joined the list of people who thinks veteran midfielder Sule Muntari should be called up for the upcoming World Cup qualifiers against Nigeria. Tego, who played alongside Muntari in the national team, thinks his inclusion goes beyond footballing reasons and thus should be considered by Otto Addo. Meanwhile, another Black Stars player, Charles Taylor, has asked the technical team to ignore Sule for the game, saying the player should focus on Accra House of Folk and gain match fitness so that he can be called when Ghana makes it to the World Cup. And according to now let's do some news from the South African national team, Bafana, and the head coach of the Bafana has admitted his side was not prepared for the match against Ghana in the World Cup qualifiers, which resulted in a protest at CAF and FIFA. South Africa lost to Ghana by a lone goal following a penalty awarded by the centre referee, which South African Football Association said was dubious. The protest at FIFA was dismissed for failing to meet requirements of Article 46 of the FIFA Disciplinary Code and Article 14 of the FIFA World Cup 2022 preliminary competition. Now let's do some UEFA Champions League news. And Karim Benzema's second half treble was enough to break the hearts of Paris Saint-Germain supporters after the French side yet again threw away another advantage to crash out of the competition. Mbappe gave PSG the lead in the first half as they went for the break with a 2-goal lead following his solitary goal in the first leg in Paris, but a howler for Donnarumma gave Madrid a way back into the contest as Benzema opened the scoring for Madrid in the 61st minute before adding 2 more 76 and 78 minutes to close the contest for Carlo Ancelotti's men. Now Manchester City were held to a goalless draw by Sporting CP at the Etihad, but Pep Guardiola had no cause for alarm after his men strode past the Portuguese in the first leg a fortnight ago. City even had time to afford third choice goalkeeper 36-year-old Scott Carson a rare appearance as he replaced Edison in the second half. Now let's do some transfer news. And Manchester United are willing to make a bid for Polish striker Robert Lewandowski if his relationship with the German champions goes bad. The striker's contract is up in 2023 and he has not held extension talks with the Bavarians yet, and United could look to sweep in to bring the established goal poacher to Old Trafford. Now, director of the French side, PSG, has assured the Argentine gaffer of his place in Paris despite the defeat to Real Madrid, which saw their exits from the competition this season. Leonardo told RMC, we should stay together. Pochettino is still part of the project for this season. It is not the time to think about that. We shouldn't throw everything in the bin. We shouldn't start from scratch after every loss. So that's the news coming in from Paris Saint-Germain. Now, Pedro Neto has signed a new long-term contract at Wolves. The new deal will keep him at the club until 2027. The winger only returned to action recently after nearly a year on the sidelines with an injury. He was previously linked with a transfer to Liverpool, Tottenham and Juventus before he picked up the injury. Now, let's do some news from Arsenal. And Arsenal will reportedly look to bolster their squad with at least 6 new players in the summer. Of the 6, the target is to add 2 strikers and a midfielder. The strikers are needed to replace Aubameyang, and they would soon depart Alexandre Lacazette. They are also considering a winger in the midfield position, as well as right back and left back and a central defender. Now, away from football, let's do some tennis news. And Serbian tennis star Novak Djokovic has officially pulled out of the ongoing Indian Wells and Miami Open, which starts later this month due to COVID rules in the US, which requires non-citizens to be vaccinated against the virus. The 20-time Grand Slam champion said last month that he has not vaccinated and does not intend to do so. He was already deported from Australia last month during the Melbourne Open due to the same reason. Now, boxing, and Anthony Joshua has stated that he would knock out Joe Joyce in 1 round if they were to match up against each other. Joshua's rematch with Alexander Usyk is in doubt after the Ukrainian returned to his homeland to defend his city Kiev from Russian invasion, and Joshua could be looking for a new opponent. Anthony Joshua is responding to tweets on Wednesday, dismissed any chances of Joe Joyce and Otto Wallin against him, pointing to victories he had over the two at the amateur level. Now, that will be all for sports updates on the Active Morning. For more sports news, log on to www.myactiveonline.com, www.myactiveonline.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break, and when we come back, it is the trending of news stories making their ways on social media. Don't go anywhere.
Mwakwa eba Kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Midin NT Dr. Samuel Santientri. Me alliances doctor clinic yinsu alliances clinic abayama yitumi say yitumi eye eduma. Yare bebrebe ehu eduma ene ye ewa ha. Baby awo bi afahye wotiri mu say yehwe apenfo gi apenfo awo asomdwuma yenye obo operation. Dompe abu eno nso ye hu eduma pa. Yen ene afi 2021 aban eboy abaso na yenya abaso bode ye say e obi a yebo modern ewo stroke ayarehwe mu pa. Eno echi no yare a ebiti say sexual weakness, prostate disorders and prostate problems and as infertility your pulse your yare ahodo bebre a ebrinti yentumi nka nkyerɛ obi tumi age number eno afre doctor ewo 0247 77 1981 and 0261425985. Hwe clinic actually kwan ewo Pokuase Afiaman ye ben Presby transformer ye yeduma free edwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai nation nso se ye pon anumere nonan enefa. Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
All SIM cards in Ghana must be registered again with only the Ghana card. Yes, Only the Ghana card.
You will not be able to make voice calls, use mobile money services, internet, and all other services linked to your SIM card if you don't.
To register, dial *404# and follow the prompts. You will be required to send the following details on your Ghana card: Ghana card number, surname, first name, date of birth, and sex.
You will then receive a special code which you will present to your nearest service provider agent or customer care center for your biometric details to be captured. Remember to add your digital address.
Dial *404# on your phone to start registering your SIM card today.
For more information, contact your service provider on 100 or the National Communications Authority on toll-free number 0800 110622. Register your SIM card to stay connected.
Welcome back. Yeah, Dabunya say Uguswa share active morning ewo active TV. So midindi ejeni mbwati na midika kaya no obi tuma join discussion no ewo WhatsApp 0503236735 0503236735 ene asemena ye share a bullion van robbery attacks a course some months ago. Police for the abase a omo members be say 4 eka attacks no ho na you be discuss say woman omo share say attack no so no and as woman so omo share say boni enkos wo Ghana no omo ana omo de omo do omo hu shim aso ye hwe say attacks here course you know aso we ha security operations and say embedu say say share kwan ya fa so e fa nkrofo ego police service ni mu Fabia and Clement abe join me penny for me chicha mo na mo want to say na in bra you so ni ni chire kakra hope thanks be to God say yente sa akra be biafo but in so de mu na wa nkran pe na che say ye mo hwehwe okay, quick one. In dra police for 4 year NTB producer the omo pictures but so screen so police for 4 omo koye ye dem omo koka ye say dem omo ka armed robbery attacks e course so bullion van attacks e course no and dra dem ko courts na ye dem ko court no ya sam omo what do you make of it? But before we make a discussion on 0503.
Emo akwa ba eba kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic ya no medin NT Dr. Samuel Santientry me alliances doctor clinic inso alliances clinic abama yetumi say yetumi eye adwuma yare bebrebe eho adwuma ene ye ewa ha baabia wo bia fa hye wotiri mu say yehwe apenfo gi apenfo awo asomdwuma yenye wo operation dompa abu eno nso ye ho adwuma pa yen ene afi 2021 aban ebo ya baso ana yenya abaso bode ye say ye obi a yebo modern ewo stroke ayarehwe mu pa eno achi no yare a ebite say sexual weakness prostate disorders and prostate problems and as infertility your pulse your yare ahodo bebre a ebrinti yentumi nka nkyerɛ obetumi age number eno afre doctor ewo 0247 77 1981 and 0261 425985 hwe clinic actually kwan ewo pokuase afiaman ye ben presby transformer ye yeduma free edwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai nation nso se ye pon anumere no nan enefa Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
Sani a register SIM card fair ye Ghana ke Ghana card pe he Ghana card pe
onyango fake patra lo mobile money services ke internet ke ni bi ni call SIM card ke you register ko
ke hani o register *404# ni oye gbechon mo no ababi boni bi ni yo Ghana card no ni ji Ghana card number gbe ni owo o sian gbe o fomogbi ke oji yo lonu
amabo code potenko no go buy service provider ni bankable low customer care ni anya akọ biometric details come no ko digital address wa fetai
*404# ye o phone no ni o boy o SIM card register mo bia ne no
ke ani le san service provider ye 100 no allo NCA to free number ni 0800 110 622 register mo SIM card bia ne no no cut pan.
Also, active morning, active TV. So, Kai say the show is being streamed live on Facebook and YouTube as well. Facebook here at Active TV GH at Active TV GH. Facebook so here Active TV GH. But that's how we join the discussion. Na wa share my comments and so. You can also join the discussion via WhatsApp line 0503 236 735 0503 236 735. Kai say discussion no and share a year police engagement in a year some robbery attacks over the few months. Yeah, arranging 4 of them before the court and ran out war court actually said yes, I remind you for some 2 weeks some appear in courts. A police for you way back to screens to see na we who a police for police for just say omodo omo a robbery attacks into bakuni okay another one beba okay another person sunye we nyina to say yache omwa in fact the police involved normally 6 but according to police statements by no and a shootout in the course no 2 ifimu and 4 and on mature plus 1 civilian out mokama 5 na other 5 are on the run until we nyina police 4 omodi omoho eje robbery attack in the Clement and Fabia be joining me. Clement, as a
very serious, very serious, very very serious. Once no ane ka say then it means the civilians are not even safe. Because in himself police for they are to detect and then fight against crime. But they are rather now committing the crime. So your bands are who is safe in this country. Very, very serious.
Okay, into any security experts Ebekasa on the show. My producer said try say Omunsa Ebeka, but before that, no, Ebeko some of the stories making waves on social media. Fabia Ewaha, Fabia Fayanko.
Okay, young call a year my active online now. Young culture stories nibi ewo ho. Alright. Oko my active online as a story I just said that front page a day Fusano as the Supreme Court squashes some standing orders of Parliament in Tiabakan Emunso Kaka Ashafo. Also, the Supreme Court of Ghana has struck out aspects of the standing orders of Parliament, Order 109 Clause 3, which directs a Deputy Speaker or any other member presiding in the capacity as a Speaker not to retain the original vote while presiding. The court on Wednesday, March 9, 2022, dismissed an application to pronounce as unconstitutional Joseph Asoi Owusu's action of counting himself for the purposes of quorum while presiding in the capacity as a Speaker. According to Justice Jones Doche, who ruled on the matter, the Deputy Speaker of Parliament participation in voting was constitutional. And tonight, near Mintua Soka, Justice Abdullah, a private legal practitioner and law lecturer, asked the Supreme Court to declare Deputy Speaker Joseph Asoi Owusu's action of counting himself for quorum purposes as unconstitutional following a November 30th, 2021 clash between Speaker Backben and his first deputy after the latter overturned an earlier vote of the House rejecting the government's 2022 budget. In the context of Articles 102 and 104 of the 1992 Constitution, he contended that the Deputy Speaker could not include himself for quorum purposes because he did not have an original or a casting vote as a Speaker presiding. Nonetheless, the 7-member panel of judges ruled that the Member of Parliament for Bekwai exercised his right constitutionally. Until now, near a walk.
Until you say, "Choana say a year in Supreme Court at Nancy." Na asemedo when you say a year. You say Speaker of Parliament in you are na bedi a year first deputy and as a second deputy no. Omno mo share jumedi across our Parliament. Na omo ye MPs. Emrane wa Parliament no and our constitution which say we MP we Speaker of Parliament ye vote ya on to aba like ye take decision on to aba bi. Na a year Joe say usu a year first deputy speaker okwatna a year speaker akunwa numu no ebra Speaker of Parliament abambago ni two kwan no otoaba na asem no be ye beja ema e court na ndra court trans no court say nipa no first deputy speaker second deputy speaker obugina omo ho kwan say ombeto aba say nipa ne ti akunwa numu krapo na ohwedwumedie no so a ono so won kwan say obeto aba na in some way eba out no minority leader issue a press conference na oka insane be say are you ready a producer ebebo amaye na say you hu asema speaker ekan but minority leader how na do so ekan but Clement a quick one on that
in go to video
okay yen go to video nimra.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, our attention has just been drawn to a ruling of the Supreme Court on the matter as to whether a person presiding as Speaker, consistent with Article 102 of the 1992 Constitution, which provides for the quorum, and Article 104 can exercise a vote whilst presiding. Our attention has been drawn to a very disappointing ruling of the Supreme Court of Ghana, which more or less amounts to a judicial interference in time-tested parliamentary practice and established conventions everywhere in the world, in civilized democracies, including the United Kingdom. the presiding officer's vote is discounted. So it's not for nothing that Article 102 provides that a person presiding shall have no original nor custom vote. The Supreme Court, to put it aptly, this ruling is judicial support for e-levy, nothing more. Judicial support for e-levy.
Okay, you may hold on with this video. You may back to it later, but you come back to the line on our first discussion. Security involvement, police personnel involvement in security, crime issues. Security experts, Mr. Adib Sani, are joining us on the line. Mr. Adib Sani, good morning. If you can hear me.
Good morning.
And how are you doing?
Very well, my brother.
Okay, so I'm asking your general view on the police involvement in this latest crime.
I can barely hear you.
Okay, so I'm asking, what is your general view on the police, some police personnel involvement in crime issue in the country?
My general view on
some personnel of the police involvement in crime.
Okay. I think it's a sad event. The police is an institution that is supposed to ensure the safety of all citizens. And the fact that now we have police officers engaged in such despicable act is definitely a cause for worry. When I remember when IGP Dampari took over the office of the IGP, one of the plans was to engender the relationship between the civilians and the police based on mutual trust and respect. So we started a number of confidence building activities. Unfortunately, this happening has negated the progress that has been made over the period. But it is also important to note that the police is a human institution. And like any other human institution, like the civil service, public sector, private sector, and the rest, you are bound to have some few bad luck. I mean, you cannot have everybody being correct, so to speak, all the time. But that is not to water down the seriousness of what has happened. And I'm hoping that this becomes a wake-up call for the police to take immediate steps to clean up their house. If not, we might have, bigger problems going forward, because you never know how many more you have in the system, bottom up, who might be engaged in such, despicable acts.
Now, I'm asking, do you agree with those who says we should review the recruitment process into our police service?
Do
you agree to those who are saying that it's about time we looked at the processes that goes into recruiting our people into the police service?
The recruitment regime, right?
Yes.
In fact, I can barely hear it, but just manage it like that. Of course, we need to look at this, because there is an elaborate, process that people go through to join the police. You would apply, you buy the form, fill it, apply. You go to an assessment center. You take an exam, go for an interview, go for a health check and the rest. But the most important thing is the background check to establish your integrity. Fine, you could have people passing or be getting into the police service through, but the problem is someone can get into, and somewhere along the line will become tainted the person will become tainted. You see, because you never know what the issues really are. But the fact of the matter is, it becomes tainted somewhere along the line. So what we need to assess circumstance, I think that there's a need to read profile officers, especially those assigned to special duties or operations, such as maybe anti-guarantee operations, intelligence gathering operations, and also anti-robbery operations, high-risk operations. Those persons have to be really profiled. But generally, I think periodically, whether with their knowledge or without their knowledge, officers overall must be reprofiled. So we don't assume that when they were clean at 15 years ago at the point of recruitment, they are still clean. They come across a lot of offense. Some of them are tempted. So you can imagine, my brother, you wake up in the morning, you have school fees, like a noose around your neck, you have bills to pay, and all of a sudden you arrest a criminal who is you give you $100,000 cash. So it will take a lot of risks to say no to such a person.
Okay, now as a security expert, I am asking this morning, what measures do you think should be put in place to prevent politicians filling in or injecting in party boys into our security services?
I'm really finding it difficult to hear you. Very difficult.
Okay, Mr. Sani, if you can hear me, I am asking, what do you think? What are some of the measures you think should be put in place to prevent our politicians in filling in party boys into our security agencies?
Okay, so what you mean is, if I heard that, it's like the phone is far from you, okay? But if I heard you right, you are asking what measures can be taken to prevent politicians from choosing their people, right?
Yeah, yes, please.
It's important we separate politics from security, because when you do that, you drive fortunes perfect around. There are situations in which politicians even throw in people and get proud about it and even brag about it on social. I think it's wrong. We need to put a stop to it. The protocol thing is killing us, and we really need to say no to politicians messing with that regime. If not, it compromises the police. And this is especially so at this time when we are scared about terrorists coming into the country. You can imagine, we should have such bad luck.
Okay.
When we have such bad luck, it becomes, quite scary for the security of the state.
Okay, Mr. Sani, we'll leave it here and we'll come back to you in subsequent days as the story continues to. Thank you very much for joining us, and that was Adib Sani. Adib Sani is a security expert. Clement, your view on what he is saying. Maybe Sada said, should we be looking at recruitment processes again? And or say yes, because or say what we go normally do is say we go through the health screening, you can check your height, what your aptitude test. That is all. They don't do any background check.
Yes, to some extent. But I would say there are times human behavior you can't dictate. So in as much as maybe you view the way of recruitment in the crowd. For instance, nipa never before Mojumano, almost for processes. But how would you then determine, say, nipa we see, or Bergman, or BC, and answer when you see? It is one thing we have to look at first, because you can never detect nipa behavior. You can never know what you say. It will make a point to be said. Is it because or more entire and sana or mobile such acts and I say it was their character before they came? One, say your more character and sign you recruit you into the system, you will never know. And a two, so you will never know. It depends on the individual. You get it. But I think looking at circumstances surrounding this police recruitment, there is something wrong, of which we can confidently say at times or 40 how or more recruit you. That is why people like this enter police service, because even like anyone near was police in recruitment in they are starting off as a height. Before some more police recruitment, before some more they are starting first a height. Or height in they will qualify and some other processes.
But also or can say the way you were saying say panel you might not detect the character no, but no can say those say it will not end that issue no.
I think say
it will reduce it.
There were minor and then major factors it will be this reason, and I said this way I can say bit media address and your man it's a minor, not a major. Why am I saying this? Ultimately, detective so be our benina.
You will never know.
Obey as otisa. In as much as we have psychologists in the country, as some when they go through interview can detect, because your majuma they are psychologists, they can detect say.
No, but you see, I'm where I don't get you right in say.
Okay. Because
a security issue.
Sure.
And when you're talking about security, a lot must go into it. See, even if it will take us 2 years, 3 years, 5 years to really know the person who is coming into the system, it should be done. But at the end of the day, he was also saying something. Say, aside say check your background check, we need to also improve their living conditions, which will come to that. Sure. Because not all will make some valid points on behalf of the police, But the question is, as a background checks, it helps not to even eradicate the crime in police,
but reducing. Exactly, because almost our checks now. Then of course, if the bad ones will be like 100. Yes, now at least a bit much about 20.
So we go through the biography where he grew up.
So the problem here,
system. I had the opportunity to be on the field before of the recruitment system. There's no strict way. Rebecca said the detector say way. Forms no auto or failing go through now message say your flow. Next day, the next stage you go. First thing, I check your height.
Oh, height in the
and I'm check it first. Or check it
that is even wrong.
No, I or shame question obey me be sound. What would that? Yeah, operation that. That no, how many has a do you have a tattoo?
Physical way.
You see? Or yeah, no, you to me catch us to me cut from here to distance B. And if that energy no one found qua. So there's no way.
There's problem with how I didn't panic.
It's clearly no. Our recruitment processes is bad.
It's bad
because at the end of the day, not in the particulars bar. There's no verification. And a woman, politicians, econo. The recent one be and it's not police. Let me state that. The recent one be now military and police almost line 10 fee.
Security services.
Security service. Madam will be a call or say a group of people be share white. Almost a t-shirt white. You buy a penana, you buy point to wo mumbra. And you chunk of line or according to or say a politician being a young way a buy.
I military. I work for the military because vampire time when police one was alive or pay me no matter 90. I can family.
You sue Christ the King.
And you be crying now we have for her. Me say the first thing I share any for police for no wrong. It means there are so many things wrong. Which now we don't know. But the first thing no your height in your so now I didn't encourage a man for crime go to police forms in the first. Because when him say, oh yeah, bear man, and omudu honum so regardless of say what state you high to we state you yes and check it that's why I make say before so be police in man kasa the first thing any pan kwa we can corrupt because so being qualified for that height no room there means first gate now the we no corruption or it is the one side
but you see Adib Sani argument we say the high checking and when shouldn't be our first
me say first gate now with the police in no problem so it tells you say when you enter there are so many problems first stage now the there is problem it how much more we problems in the sense that yes so you bema also 5 feet 8 inches police officers and enam krum ha mema no e mu sei and 5 feet 8 inches yes so you ba also 5 feet 4 inches police officers and more money nam krum ha e mu sei and 5 inches for 5 feet 4 inches but often the pa oba police in here or less than 5 inches 4 feet oko 5 inches 3 feet to kra na e ho no kra no problem asase everywhere okofa oba or less than 5 bem or less than 5 feet and also problem asase everywhere o dey say you will police for me 5.8
but you see
the police for me 5.8
the question that sometimes we should ask ourselves to say height now omo kan wasakra what purpose does it serve maybe because policing doesn't need height
a play role at times
Clement it doesn't see only police officers kasa because almost say police height when police will no height
okay no problem
can I think a school can
the thing is about IQ and being able to pick intelligence
my problem is in as much as say height in play role the way now you dey adie no kura room no your problem to us okay let's go by the basis to us you see at the 5.8 5.4 and in recruiting but this is the case in the recruitment process you know you infer and no recruiting it is one problem no what I say omodi issue and omu issue no to the best of our knowledge you use 5.8 for mema 5.4 for ma but you use no it before so we were police in him the way omodi selected first and the basis omodi wrong
the point to say the kind of the world that we are having now no police recruitment shouldn't be done with heights. It should be you are being able to pick intelligence, being able to your smartness. It shouldn't be height.
And even the aptitude test now, I tell you, I didn't miss it. That's last year. Me who near my course suni baby. Me who near my course aptitude test no much on. Then if as a logical reason, you can say kerosene, any lantern, petrol, any car, like those things, and then you choose A, B, C. Then really it matches.
So clearly we don't.
The first thing is there is no fairness.
I think 10,000.
The fairness. They say the fairness comes in. The fairness. That's what aptitude test so much. Whether a politician took you or
you were right. In fact, that Paris time, I mean, because that Paris you paid or you didn't pay. 10,000.
I'm just saying we are not getting it. Share inside highway. You can say inside hand a police. What you say? Before so be them, no be here door no no them. Enti you say, Udu gate in Anwa. This is the first thing we look at before see be move them. So in the first instance, at the end of motion, I'm more police in the crown, and you're wrong. So it tells you, say, we were inside that there are so many things that you're wrong.
Clement, the point
you get the point I'm making.
But make us say, according to Fabia, who has gone through the process now, or has witnessed the process now, you see, the documents now, okay, I'm going to say, let's assume, say, the height checking is the first, the physical.
And it shouldn't be, but the system
into the young say correct.
No first, correct.
So we do the first thing to do is your height, your physical.
Your grades can't stand our height because no one goes one pass on my and
grades here. Where's I'm Sawatro? Okay, good. Now, one exams writing or say your grades shouldn't even be parts. System no.
And the funny thing and the sad thing is maths because science. Science.
Because I was saying here, on bite, you know, I was making this point.
What about my will be now? fill forms you are, print it out. Who call for physical test now? What the beko? Now, before I hand you over your document to the police officer and the recruitment officer, no. What you do is go through say physical way, you know.
No, I check your height. Now,
what the documents the manner? What verification process does it go through?
I think Omukita will be about code. There's a code that you have on the paper. Obeki now for the about
code no bono. So we are online. Online.
They verify.
Their physical winner Ukrano. And or they verify say ampa. They are filling out their banner. But the question is, my online winning, you know, you have my particulars
to do the follow-up.
What background check and away?
That is the problem.
I remember being a second. Senior high school, no. May apply for teaching job. Now, may apply, you know. Me call interview. 2 weeks later, answer the FM and say me start your Juma.
Okay.
Eti me start your Juma no na me pay to coin. And or buy enough or say or what going to be friend no. Obi friend say or the information e won ho. Sana e school no e na afre me referee sabe here dey ben. It why background checks no. It is a big body do school wa oni baby or here dey ben.
If I remember clearly,
you understand?
There's no referee number.
So, but for the police, you don't do anything.
How will I put somebody that your friend now obey fame me ready?
So the background check is wrong. The recruitment system is wrong.
It is poor.
It is poor. It is poor. They don't do
if the background checks and only the way I be cry wrong, it means when you enter the system, problems in a one crowd also change entrance. It is say you see a gate, na say when you say yema umulem, na say being unqualified name and already you know you are corrupting the panel. And the
recruitment process is crap. Information you're picking is say, even with, and it's not with only MPP, with NDC Ninano, with national executive, what party, ministers, deputy ministers, MPs.
The people at the top.
Your mom location.
Oh, it is true.
Yes.
Why do I say it is true? I know people like more police service or master clearly say and paying for no beer one number of people.
It is Clement will be part 10, Fabia 7.
It's already know. Before you release the forms, no. You don't even confirm what that.
No, they are genuine people. What's the last? What can I say? Last, who might be fair on the show? No, what can I say recruitment process. No, open say 7,000, any 10,000 omutuya. Yen can't trouble now. Omun cut off forms 100 cedis. Now omun one non pay 7,000 to you. But at the end of the day, no, even master there's an elder or having an issue when it comes to recruitment because he had to go and pay some money somewhere and I don't know fact.
And one thing that's a problem.
I've heard numerous people, number of people saying say Ochia 10,000.
But there are things that it doesn't change anything. At times, we say citizens in any area, the non-person who use obedient back could scapegoat so that citizens in the these issues, you know, they are the very same people are. Also,
things have changed. Me, my cousin, I'll be frank to Ghanaians. My cousin, Otifiani, a friend, can hold up to Tony. What did I make an answer? But as to last year, and you see, you know, even if you pay the 10,000, my dear, you go through the recruitment for A to Z.
That one there, from A to Z. It's not if you are from.
Yeah, from what on your now call. But this time, as a crack,
they were because
and I know about background.
Yeah,
that
is it.
Because I cry.
That is it. So sometimes only police officers do catching education come out. We will say clearly.
They will tell you.
Clearly, the intelligence.
Why not? Sure.
Police officer.
Sure.
Clearly, we will say intelligence. Form. Meanwhile, there's a gentleman in my area, Mike, you're so intelligent. When it comes to security issues, or you're very good at it. Guy, we are apply for military, sir. It's anytime we could be on the height. Anytime we could be on the height.
By one conformity to say on the same height.
At the same height, no.
It's like that's because entrance in a crown, main gate, no.
The thing is, you see, that is why we need to privatize a lot of things. That is why we need to privatize a lot of things. And Ramadan for me framing after 11 a.m. Or frame not say, oh, fee. And I'm say, I don't know if you or teacher ni. Also, school no more yashe na wabi fee. And because I bet you my partner or the other way. We need to go say. But the entire we need to privatize it.
Sure.
And then 3 days now MPB can say on tier say the entire second public schools no echo BC anywhere here. Private schools are there more than them because they are privatizing system no and things are working.
Be poor supervision.
Just imagine schools are what area more you will do massive. Amamuli. Private government schools are na Pure City International School. Your coach will be results by 100% score.
Government schools no can be almost a form. Condition no crime and insurance.
As we made the back over my diving issue no. The thing is let us learn to private because if you recruiting if a private institution is recruiting people to the police service, I bet you the kind of background checks that will go through.
I say at times you could a bank baby. Now baby on my Kyei Innocent commercial area. If you are be doing police in a buying police in a what duty on. If you are memeti and I need to watch baby out in. Me and I'm a police and never to watch me. I yes, I hope banks in the area. And I'm Kyei Innocent commercial area. Banks bear 4 as a 5 no. Who be do on police in anything and I need to watch the baby I want. Or more go na no more hey or more Kyei Innocent commercial area or more to adi winner the be money police for no any banks no any businesses na wo no e konto kwa wo the police in it and I need to watch na no ma obi duru anum say no obeye bibia obe afi na akofa utu but private for na almost share white no private for na almost share white no they say Eco bank no na commercial bank no obi duru no mu gina ho sei omu gina ho penti mo gina gate na no pe ataban ni pa odu bank some small kiosk be mu shame obi do na police officer I didn't ebi mo so ada
Yes, only a bit not there.
Maybe I'm a coming no, Madina, ADB branch, ADB bank, police officer or Hobokono. I did American, Miss commercial and university students no more, Ubiti and anybody. Down about that, no, that's what baby. Clearly, you see the intelligence. I share above. I sometimes above movie I share. Every movie say fiction, but what abrutia? The kind of police officer can attack you or secra. That you feel not just say or more respecting police for any other person, even the president. Apostle General America or say aha security for no Jaman kwano bunubushi. And police ni abroche police ni obia suru no kwa no e na omo system no ye adwuma to the sense usuru na obere police ni no oba o ma je one city na put me medical zero police ni let's look at arrest course yi 2 police officers are kumomi in all 6 police officers were involved in the robbery attack 2 you see 2 na ye chomo first no ye do mo koye say omo she na enko so mo ko for gang meeting na omo ko du ho no say be bro omo ko du ho no e na omo open fire e na ekum tu no the arrest like take here no should the police have gone that far for them to have lost the other 2 no but the point is say when your hint say when your hint say 6 of the police members are involved in the robbery attack. Investigations at taking place. What establishment said they were involved? You know what establishment you know mudi or rank or post or station
So if you want to effect an arrest, what do? You have to engage them in a shooting.
No.
To say,
because you're sure of handling weapons, when you should take action and when you shouldn't take action.
But what is the problem? Now, what is our mommy and son? Yes, we have a baby. Now you want to call them and ask if someone found one brand now maybe for question or something. Okay, I know watching about now will go be all. It's not right.
Okay. Anyway, you may be a phone lines now power and the phone lines say you be a person who wow go through police recruitment, you know. How did you go through it? Maybe I will buy and foul. How did you go through it? Maybe I will be able to say you can't. Yes. It's Uber to me after 0503-236-735 0503-236-735 Fred. Who issue so with any policing police is say yeah anko ya ma ana amwa who say police no amwa go to my friend now the action come on 0503-236-735 pacho say yeah no ofra my TV no embra form let's see me directly from the phone na yeah twetwe enkomo
background check as we are here I feel said the immediate and the first thing.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Pacha, first and final favor.
Pacha, Femi don't give the very fit Tepa.
Okay, Tepa. Okay, until.
Hello.
Pacha, until.
Okay. Resume contribution can come to bring on board. I think about the police issue now we'll discuss. One of the major problems, we have to look at it first before any other thing is unemployment. Because of unemployment means, everybody want to go into police, everybody want to go into military because there's no job. Oko outside the country, other people because nobody's interest in the police. And it's in those that go into police that there are people that genuinely they have passion for the job. But when you come to Ghana, unemployment is everywhere. People don't have jobs, so the only thing they have to do is just to enter into police. So when they get there, because they don't know what to do, like they don't have passion for the job. Anything they are then they are going left right. Anything they are then. So me I feel said the first thing you have to tackle is unemployment.
Okay, I think that is. But Osha, the last recruitment course, so
the number of people
they were picking about only was it 500 people.
Some forms 5,000.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Pacho, your first second I'll pray for you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Pacho. First second I'll pray for you.
Oh, yes, I'm going to be Kaswa.
Okay. Okay, Pacho, you too.
Anytime they are metro in Ukraine, man, they do Kaswa body activity. And the better 4 o'clock of Martin. Police put your one, someone checking out, almost just the year. Almost the other 2 years, you can 5 to be that same one. There's a boa, more than one, and that's it. You pay some weekends to be from the church. And reading that will be quite a concept match to come down Ghana every day. Some would always get that position almost check a language. Oh, the money I do go after. Not 5 together. I should not know. And a 2. Castle police tell them work as one. Almost said that there's no work as one. Master, when you attack the world, but you need to work as a group because almost my colleague not the whole do a car. Police do, but that's your cook. That castle police won't check or 2 hours this car. No, 2 hours this car. No, you are telling me how they offer the with an application program on the semester. No man can tell my education, my share. I think American, my share, the American at the Memoir. Yeah, in a pump, better 4 o'clock. No more so. But you have
Kona Udumbra, Yabedi, Ujuma. I think a serious issue.
Yeah, very.
Okay. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick, first, if I'm free for you.
Yes, I'm Kingsley. That's free first.
Okay, Patrick, Kasabitio.
Police recruitment. Maybe immigration. They call Sunyani Fiatri. Now, Nipa or recruiting. They do height check and no crab man could not so prone the sacrament. And Nipa no sacrament and crab watching. Okay, so when I'm here, Margaret said, even security system and I shall beg my family interested.
Kingsley, Tobo, what's it? Nipana, all show heights, no?
And I think so.
Kingsley,
me driving, I watch him at that.
Kingsley, Kosomi too.
Me driving, watch him at that. New plan. My parking the car. I may take care of drone, see me up. My parking car, me no medro, police no better, me some parking car, me no medro. I will be a police when you know new plan. So besides, I didn't my parking car, and I see on that. Me no medro can. And I'm seeing PM na me to me to us where I mean no medro, me no medro, me are Marco. For lines is my mention, maybe or D lines is now or the Atena in a quan home taking. I'm calling 10 or 2 with an baby in Ranzana or the Amamiaco. Indeed, I don't know any interest in I drive and no here.
Okay, Kingsley, that's a say. Fred. Also,
some are doing the job very well.
Some of them.
There's no passion.
Some are doing the job very well, but me can't trust you. I'm fine.
Okay, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Patrick, 47 out for
Steven, the Gaza as well.
Okay, Steven, my intro.
Yeah, Patrick. What's that? Madam, but will be fair. Cast for just where we are. The match for West Forage now.
Patrick.
I am no crap by 4 o'clock. We do no more. Who do I want check to lances? I want check to spare time. I want check to triangle. I want check to fire extinguisher. I want check to shade. And I said, I see.
Okay.
Secondly, Kaswa, I pay for more higher, me a taxi dollar, higher taxi dollar for papa. If he said, South Africa, I would tell a beer, wouldn't be Casa, or do one or say macho. If you want to be a wool, they will talk pure water or our pack will match a wood talk pure water, and literature will charge you with the Rafa and low parking, macho. Or do coffee 60 Ghana. Now, taxi driver 1 3 2 that better way than 50 Ghana.
Okay, that's a say ultimate free.
Because I church will be a fire now, Aquano, no, dim, no money fancy. And unfortunately for him, now, police needs now, police need buy or stop paying. Or stop paying, what say to can walk. Or yes, someone is got so one J, no 2 Niki. Or 2 Niki that driver, I can humana boom. And or 2 can a pan or coy. Do you know what the policeman did? Or the motor need chassis na from Pantine Junction. Who don't area on Andrew boy.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Patrick, 47 out for you.
Mr. Pikachu, you told me I'm not more than a TD.
Patrick, 47.
Mr. Pikachu, I'm a program now more than a TD that makes me afraid of minimum Kakrabag and
Patrick, Chawadri.
You are Kasuana. And claiming cars police report Juma Mudiki, and you can say near Casua Punko. Gun have police report no Mudiki. A hard pa. Then the driver, the driver, the Bamin Chica. The Omoja, the Muja Casua, Tika. On the side pocket, do not shipping, ma'am. Who are one check of next on your shade, even drive a crap into a problem. Let a woman town near money, Nadia, our best safety. I should be never man. And call me. And he said, it's a police war. No, except actually, you go forward with you, we choose the police. Now, another police group the car back here. Police meaning that I the put a problem. Let's say, or one now a wow. Takana dear. One way, you know what you got. As you said, so the weekend, so caught, and I will come a year car, and I think that year car. Office I know 2 office now, I'm going to me, but I got to and just estimate is up. Today, a man in a form. So, almost far and learn to come, not police form, not only as the police is you are. What am I the cry or Kata man Kata? O Kata, okay.
Yati that's so fair corner will be Embra.
And to buy video, my man say a norm into first I say on himself or yard fault. It's all Roban 100. On some equals the police for 10 on I'm drawn bed into E55 cities.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Pacha.
That's you.
Okay, Pacha Kawasa.
Your family Nasiru. Mekaseti Farmok. About this recruitment process in the seriously, very bad. Mekaseti 2017, we saw this immigration form. So now you pass through process, meaning and I'm catching your best friend for medical. So now you can't see the guy. And last year, the same military form, the same day. In case they began a crown upon the guy, we found that they should tell it to. We found that you should come and pay this so that we will recruit you guys. But about Ghana, seriously, I was there almost finding the different recruitment process now because they are very poor. Very poor.
Okay, thank you for calling. But Clement, the question is clearly we should police for be now a walk kwan ho a omo jijiska sana callers ni bi ka no but at the end of the day we say me who recruit me na me je wo je me 8,000 7,000 10,000 na me tuya I need to come out when I come I need to get my money back.
Sure. Say you struggle to get the money.
You may have that discussion. Hello, good morning.
But I very interested what I saw you.
Okay.
The recruitment, you know. By Kaipa 2017, because they came in retreat form. I was a Friday. I'm a seller. I'm a echo exams. Echo body test yet be also my friend for a medical. Up to date, I'm a friend.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. My first message, maybe about Stephen from Pokwase. I say, good morning, my lovely people. You are looking amazing. For the Council Emergency Road, it is very true. I went to Ekufo Krodria to visit the family. Chairman, the policeman's face looks like they make fine rough. For the emergency road, that is where Roberts uses cause the Winneba road make tight. And for the IGP, while he was busy arresting celebrities, his boys were killing their selves. Funny word. Okay. Hashtag Active TV morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning, Pacha. First of all, Alfrefi.
Pacha, family with Alfrefi Katwa.
Okay, Pacha, call Samso.
Pacha, Katwa Kwanso on the and Kwepa. Udruonma, Omu Chakeshri, Yomuya is Ska Oka, Obagate, Abaying on Chom Kapapia, and our friends were how I want to know. Hey, say, police know Omu Chom Kapapa. They don't pay them well.
Okay.
And until now, Muja Panish one man, no Viviano.
Okay. The Kaswa police first one.
But I'm for issues. I'm for issues, but Nino has to do with the fact that.
So I was saying, say 10,000, me to 8,000. Let me before I begin with you, maybe superior you to and do that amount at the end of the month. So I need to pay my money back. I need to get my money back.
Yes, so the way amount for the international accept amount for into the police system, no plan. Wrong. What I say, a poor approach.
Okay. So, hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
What's your first name for Alfrefi?
Oh, yes, I'm Emmanuel. Me share my program in Bina. That me walk after my. Somebody has to road in National more kind of matter. Serious. Then you taxi driver with the personal car, maybe quick man. Master, Utuwa, police in about them and Oshia,
Even road can not trim now, on few and I can be over back a candy, on back a candy, on few on back a candy. Now, we'll do up there. Won't be the sometimes in Crown. I got a call to the land to you know. 2 years ago, I say, Daddy, now we'll be land to Nam and Nawan, you know. Oh, I get it. You make them do the listener, so I say land to you. Master, that part of the day, some money I keep in Kata. Now, Master, almost a castle area, one, police from one, almost disturbing a papa, Master. It's one much folk who create man. The police in the jump on to. No matter the blue time. Check out the work as well. Master.
Okay, yeah, say. Corner or before so
absolutely. There is something wrong with the way I fight police for. Because said okay. So be kobobo sian, so be last savings be at that. No few say I have to go and pay before say ever family police in my. Of course, Australia this can be real. The moment I ever find will be making sure say within the shortest possible time. No. Obeti Neka the says can to be together. You get it.
A typical example here, SHS now we're junior. Senior be below. And to below no below the show trim say Obi so bana me obetu me say me senior. Me so me ni bia den. Ateka. Sa na me ko boss ya na me savings ya my me ko trace ka 10,000 plus na me konya me ba. What I expect is say within a month and as a two, meta me come and abro so. And a bay any panel there, ni panel bed or bay any more.
And I time no cry, sir. 6 months and I did training, sir. Ah, now Kushia the palm cry 6 months in the Kushia. It's training no crying enough to get the right people.
Okay, a year I was so west for God issue you see, no. A year Bakumbia, your veteran yourself and a double. National security. National security also the 3 weeks.
Training no about this short time training Benny or Farmer.
We know say they are doing most of them are doing well.
Why not?
A very good morning to a year Kwabenya police. I mean ye Kofi enumena omo obe no. I mean for them Charlie, they are so.
Kwabenya Queens. Uncle can't yourself face cabra.
They are very
witness. Uncle can't yourself.
I mean, yes. Okay, before I call Facebook, I mean, kind back home. Say we thank Anas. Okay,
how the 6 months you train a whole officer obey man a life in our 6 months.
Also, when a politician have the right to bring his own numbers of people for recruitment at the security service, why can't we have such problems in Ghana? Because most of these boys are mostly ghetto boys brought in for a mission. Yeah, that's Stephen Assess or the message.
Okay,
a whole national security, a whole national security, and police for the national security for a whole national security. Now, you 6 months. Training for instance,
how can a major at the pump cry? How many
maybe I fan say no 25 years in the fan police. Near the 6 months at training. 6 months training, and no, they be Juma Sa, 6 months, and you did training a whole national security. So, now, who training how to communicate with people, I bet take 6 months.
But Clement, we are also living on a time bomb because Oma Abraham Bar, you see, I found out national security. You found out national security, or more permanent staff, or Abaya power didn't say national security. Abaya if power na ba for ba. Say ko fodi na ibe yo mu nyina fi ho. Na abaya wa ba also dem call for aba
because of trust. You have a problem. Anka there should be issues or say it to say okay. Now sanko fu we mu na e adwuma wo. These are the people you are training them, they know what to do at any point in time. So regardless of what our position, they are the people you are going to work with. But your man to say we will here Oba will play wiki. We will be Oba will play wiki.
Politicians have the power.
What do you say? IGP, Ekufuda Pari or Yejuma.
Of course.
We're trying the best.
But what you say, it is like he said, if Abanwe, if he at the soda Abafu for bar, he will not stay.
We say and Twaba in you.
He will not stay.
Yeah, and Twaba, you know, it is probability we stay near high.
High. Because the appointing authority will say, I am not appointed.
That's how I might be about it. It change you. So, you to me set a standard and they say, training amount for ni say anasa criteria be say we mu na ye adwuma no, and as far as nipa na ye adwuma no good ni de regardless of whoever comes no nipa no na ye adwuma nti e ba agenim ye madamfo me hwe agenim a masa wo bra ne be fa position no na me do aba nti ade kura anya unya adwuma ni ye because wa anya ni ye kura so amen so kura me ntumi nka and the system no but your system in such a way that you are training nipa ni ye me say me what problem with this 6 months training you 6 months training nipa man ye dia we what problem with this it will be we JHS will be we SHS or cover form ni bia na the 6 months training no the life in will be protecting I don't know obi to my
will be we SHS
okay yeni Mr. Deep Sadi Kasana he was bemoaning the living conditions of police service and Rani Eka will show us say o call baby no motia I mean very bad just say yes yeah you to achacha for so for me boka dey say what you
me very but yeah can fu be near can for achacha
the point is say aban why would you say akitua reach police for enye
baby omoda
they don't have a good living condition as workers. They can't demonstrate, they can't protest because per their profession they are not supposed to.
Yes, I said
Minister of Interior, Minister of National Security, Minister of Defense, National Security Coordinator. We don't know what you are coordinating.
And the chief security himself, the president.
We don't know what you are putting together. But then police for look at their living conditions.
Omo dem double bedding ko.
Make us say
baby omo da no kens bedding ko.
Ya no aye ni yie preko. O man baby say o metena kra ene.
Ene mo fa ni pa na ketuwa ni. Na mu tue ni omo omo ti omo.
So o man dan dem but o man dan dem dia e say o ye na o ye ni yie.
Tue ni yie. Pay them very well.
The point is
give them good incentives. Na omo ye adwuma no. Ye na no police for yen time ye ni mo na ye adwuma
oh na last ye ni obi ye ba mi hu abi mo nya na
bebe na ye adwuma ye ni bebe na omo bu adwuma ye ni bebe na omo ya ade ye ni bebe ya chese adwuma ne dom akoma so ye ni say e dey mo but always remember say good name is better than what riches sika de ehunhia asama me tai ka say Bible na ka say money answereth what everything sika hunhia. But men fa o professional and who exchange for 5 CD, 2 CDs, 3 CDs, 1 CD.
I'm for respect police integrity no kra no unhu ba bia wo
uniform na wo she no
ene
onyam bra ho na che say bodwuma mayen na dachi obi be hu na obo wa baso
ani mhwani e ka background asem no me fin say yan kan wi background no in as much as say ye what's results no e ka ho I no kra na ye ni ehia wo mu some background check up the first place is schools SHS schools. Why am I saying this? If you happen to be a prefect, you say you can notorious people they are notorious so you are the ones sada and there's no way of the course secondary school about could be sell or be information says say farm. I'm not sure. It is a best started background check up and shall see free one because you have my WASI results. My school I'm calling also. And you have our best struggle who says school and assume it's me then because and of course any per 100 ne be now on man. Over there be a 10 on free school back. Over there we are free school back. And a very easy am say bear them but me we be able to then
looking at their living condition if say was say buy crack TV panel now all recruit the right people now more what they deserve so that on be adwumani because it will surprise you say ubenya police ni back or committed adwuma awoye no more than police for 10 be omonye committed enti ene say TV panel so recruitment ne so kra no na ye more living standard and as conditions ne better and then ombetumi aye adwumani rather than ne afani panu chu na bebre enye.
Okay, once again a very good morning and a happy birthday to JD Senafiao, any area Senafiao, and your birthday with your papa and mama me ho almost uncle school of Pure City International School. I mean Shamo na on your can say madam for be a new message or TA or share you fee your friend na Shida say tell the lady to stop talking about Wasi even the WASI certificates, some of them are forging it. So,
I'm not saying
so let's say general, the system itself is corrupt.
Yes.
Of course, what I'm saying is
yes.
At the end of the day, you see, what they were calling input but background check, number in school, you can get any information right from there.
So this is where we end the discussion on training issues. No, we'll continue again with the same discussion, and as a new discussion tomorrow on policing. You next say police for yejimudi say go to my boy on ban nti mo de mo nko fa boy
yejimudi
irade aha ne dey discussion be see me dane me ho aba me ba eye babaka eye pafabia e the entertainment updates na Clement so the active biter to so kai say ene ye ne Ivan Kyei Innocent na ebetwe nkomo ene enti bi wa be kai nsa ewo aha ti dane aba sia me nko bibia.
Akwa eba Kratos eba clinic. Many Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Midin NET Dr. Samuel Santientry. Me alliances Dr. Clinic insu alliances clinic. Abayama yitumi say yitumi eye eduma. Yare bebrebe ehu eduma ene eye ewaha. Baby a will be a fashion with you say a penfo, Japanfo, a wasum juma, yenyo operation. Don't pay abu and also ye who a juma pa. Yen and a fit 2021, I buy a boy abaso and I know about body say, you will be a bomb modin, a war stroke, I have him pa. And what you know, Yaria a bit to say sexual weakness. Prostate disorders and now prostate problems and as infertility your pals your area who do be bring into me can't obi timi age number no afre doctor e was 0247 77 1981 and now 0261 425985 hwe clinic actually kwan e wo pokuase afiaman ye ben presby transformer ye yeduma free ejoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai nation enso se ye pon anumere no nan enefa. Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
Ajafa Madam say ne asanse amama kwa biem e about the active morning show security system no de ebeka kopem se ebetimi agina jie ebebe yedri entertainment segment ne so na dan na air trend e was social media so sani o man ni ma yede obi asori a na chese o twabo aban o twabo na na do dankwa ekufo wado man pani ba kope ene na pamfo ne omo ye adwuma nyina na eya black rasta e release nyum bi na nyum no o release ye no o say thief president and then in Yuma where release Yanko Chika Kirby near Siam Brasses. Enti na enyuma Black Rasta enso abono no ache se eje fusani ewo eye abefo ntentan kese eni so asem o kan se mo ba te se Jesus mo ba se agenkwa no mo ba se o meje nkwa nenso ebe wie chiere na krono akese ena omo boy omanum ya den se ya anyumtufo nyina ebe tonyum ede afa omo ho ya nto aso ne enkohwe eye Apostle Joseph Junior nkomotwetwe bi eye bolare ene ne etwetwe no o keka se eye ne papa Apostle Joseph ade se ono wedidi from the trash epen na abrabo no ye den akopem se eka ketekete anka ohwe ne nkwa na se anka committee suicide ediku ono ankasa no yenkoti nkomotwetwe ne ma
Marcy. He used to walk here. So whatever that I'm doing, I always have to double my steps. Always have to double my steps. Is your dad a spirit? My father, I'm sure he's all in one.
Does he have any supernatural?
My father is he's born a supernatural human being. He's naturally very gifted. My father, from where he came from, and the things he's been able to do and achieve in this world. Bola, my father once went to the train station, lied down on the tracks, and just wanted to kill himself because it was too much for him. My father used to eat from the rubbish cans. He goes to where they throw the rubbish and looks for. I mean,
he did that.
Yeah.
So
my father has been
difficult for him at the point.
Extremely difficult.
How did he break away from that?
He never gave up. He never gave up. My father, I asked him one time that, listen, tell me, how did you make it? Because even me, with everything at my disposal, it's still tough at times. So let me know how you did it. He told me that, look, he set out to do something and to make sure he breaks the family poverty. And that was all that he set out to do. So he did everything possible to do that. If he has to even starve.
Enti yebada eye bolare ni GH1 access say omutimi ma yensaka eye video yi na yenso yetim bebo editor nti asema na Apostle Junior kan say Apostle Safu Junior kan say ne papa edube bi kwa no so train mefa no so mani when am finte sa story eye nkranhwesem edema amanfo ene ye nyina ye wa bonten so san asem ba ko kan say obisa ne wapa se o sign na oye no e ba ne se no timi edru this far o se ono na ne butaya na se ne nisu ade hu ne se ohia e wa ebusu anim no obehwe se etu obetwa anase ase ebetu kra yenkohwe eye video bi nso a che se mami bi a wetimi afa afro no akwa na ne kunu ni gi a ewo hu nti no okoche ne car or say a gift for push na empempi na yenkemufo na nka ba ne sa na tse ebehu se otwa ne ntwie bi no de akoma ne na nso ne obi nso aye bi yenko video ne emasese a.
Hello, this is so cute. Pose for outside. Oh my God. That's a baby. No. Oh, see you. Oh. Please look at what your mates are doing, and do some. Congratulations, congrats.
Enti na kana na hu se ye de ayere ben blue be abohu na chese o say the gift for the wife say otimi koye push na chese obre ne eba no eno de da ne yere asenia me di atwa to aye weekend na A+ na OD na woda ne 45th birthday na party na se no ansama nkofo bi kan se nkofo bi won ma omuhuhu omunima no munnim krasa nka A+ ebetimi ni omaye na fonkofo bi ti say Isaac show boy na afe kokko a chese na efia so astega no ye star wom no nso de ne tundra eba begina ho esesa mankofo ehwe na jese na efe na yesre na ye niji ewo eye ne birthday na se video se twegu ye yenkohwe mienu bi emrasisia. Never conference say yes say to be having yet me boy Emma wants to wash your binjina Isaac show boy Nikoko and lead character if you are nigga and maybe a tray moon and on so then the backside ne booty no the air sa tray honchi bad then in your chakoguya kakra and ya baby at ha and na me de entertainment segment and as in summer coach you cover my befontin tankesi and sonia meeting me at the abel and a day. And no, and your honey, the business maker will say, yeah, live our Facebook at Active TV GH. Active TV GH, actually, YouTube, Active TV GH. Michelle, also call, na comment like it, na share, on subscribe, Michelle, YouTube, honor, na everywhere, and from come. We make up you be elegance and it's my number 020-515-340, 020-515-340. Unim some ba na me si fem penache say ano Clement, the youth advocate. Ya mintua obiara ka se na nyuma esi etie na wo fia no wage so amen ede amano. Ono and ede active bite bro. Intimisho ye try hu sima. Your bar active right is next.
and be found, the Lord
Okay, nyame ontia obiaka sede ne nyuma esi etie ene yebehwe kwan ya yebefa so a man Ghana ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa edi afia yemegina emebo obidi emeka obi asem emeka hwe emfangu obia animtia nemum as youth of this country it is required of us to unite, come together with all our strength and with all our might na ya fight for mother Ghana to resist oppressors rule etiniema ekoswa enye papa nyina ewo kroma ha na mumabunu ewose ye kan ntoma edibum na yetumi akuti asede be oman no ebetumi afa ne ntoma pa enso so edi efra mensa mo akwa ba bi emfa embra the editorial version on Active Morning on Active TV Active Bite from me Ano Clement the youth advocate nyame onti obiaka said the nedwuma esi etie WhatsApp and text messages no said there be awde ba no 0503236735 0503236735 or by Beje na yakenkai edi amount so and a Facebook and so obi to me edi wadwenche bibia obia no to me edi afa there be amekase asem no dey discussing ne dey undiscuss dey kan ne dey yankan nyina no onso so oye oman papa o kan bia egum obi to me di na aba na etumi ahwe na oman no etumi akoso eniti Facebook at Active TV GH at Active TV GH ko abun say any red and white no eda ho no mo kwa di kan like page no o like we are afi make sure say obetumi edo comment na to na afi wa share na obi nso so etumi enya bi so and at the same handle at Active TV GH so Twitter Active TV official and so Instagram and no obako join na so abe part of the positive family so and at www.myactiveonline.com www.myactiveonline.com any news portal handle online and so kwa story bia ope bibia no onsa betumi akabi me sure no so kwa obetumi subscribe to the news portal myactiveonline.com no so the be story bia e beto every day biano na onsa so etumi akabi at Active TV GH Facebook Twitter Active TV GH and so YouTube YouTube no so okwo no ma obetumi akoja a comment ahodo ina ewo na before say obetumi a comment no make sure say obe subscribe ewia na wa be part of the positive family na eno so wetumi a share say the be obi anso betumi enya bi na bibia anso so etumi akoso medical ka say ene yehwe ekwan o man Ghana ebetumi afa so a enema betumi asesa o hwe ade akia cases ayekoso na nsema etumi sisi a ni na no e wo say etumi fa entuma pafra as a country na kro no etumi edekoso enti ye ka empuntu assembly na eye wini eye bahima ono eye chief executive officer eye Oxfam International o meki coach bi na me pese edikan ehwe wini e ka say what is growth for if not to help ordinary people thrive? What is growth for if not to help ordinary people thrive? Enti the winning by him etumi e kan say ye ka say o man be ko nanima na say mpo o man be nyina na say o man be koso na say o man be tumi etumpon na say empuntuo no enkonfa matemamufo na say empuntuo na ye hwehwe no ene say the winning kan na say krobia betumi etumpon a e o say make sure say emu ordinary people na say mutemamufo no enema ekoyi e de ma omo eno ene che say o man etumi etumpon na say krobi so etumi etumpon Peter Draka and so Australian American educator on so nasema okaye or say effective leadership is not about making speeches or being liked. Effective leadership is not about making speeches or being liked. Leadership is defined by results, not attributes. Peter F. Draka and so eka asemu nti abibiano the Peter person kan ina ne say ye ka say krobetumi akoso said ye wini di kan ye na e say make sure say mutimamfuo ni nyina no o ma se kinem enema ekoso e de ma wo mo e na Peter Draka enzo so e ma ya te ase say leadership no betumi aye adwuma enye kasahunu abibia no be hwa abon say amampanyimfo bebre bon say we kasa na we kasa ya kasa even obaga na kra na ye be kasa we kan we na we kan but at the end of the day adwuma na anka say wo say ye so that the country will develop no adwuma no yenye enti de Peter ye kan nyina ne say oman no ebetumi akoso ana say oman bia betumi etumpon a enyem mpanimfo kasa gbagbagbagbagba kasa hunu kasa dede titles akese ni din akese nsem hunu ni nsem hunu semfun ko a ena mpanimfo bebre o ma omudi nya no ena betumi amakro etumi akoso na emom say adwuma na ye no ye edema emutimamfo na eno ene betumi ama krobia nso so etumi etumpon na enema nso so etumi akoyi enti ene ye hwe bibi about transformation Yeka transformation I show me I say na usi ehu ni na no the comments in the buy beje yeka transformation normally no anka say bibi esesa every bibi ho akọ bibi ho eno ne transformation but ne papa mu a it is ofi one ko two and I say ugina baabi na baabi a ugina ne nye na say wo pe transformation it means that baabi a ugina no enye no utu na yakọ wani ma na say opese otu anamo no ube make sure say baabi a wo kọ no eye chen baabi a na ugina dada no enti eno na me gina so na bisa say what about oh my Ghana mu a abibia baabi a yewo any baabi a ya na ye pese ye kọ no difference a ewo mu no any say ye tu anamon as country and I say ye tu anamon as oman a anamon a ye tu no ye hwe say ebeboa and I say emwa. Do we even have time to look at that? And if indeed we want to transform Mother Ghana, ye pese oman Ghana etumi koso na transformation take place the moment transformation ebe take place, you know, there will be growth. The moment growth ebeba no, there will be development. The moment development ebeba no, it means obi ahun beto no ewo kro nim. But at the end of the day, what happens? What happens in this country? Ye pese ye ko ye nim na policies are yedeba enema yedeba ni nyina no ye niema entumi emwa. So that is what it is. Ye can transformation. It means otibia dada na awom no anase baabi a wo free ekọ baabi foforo no, you make sure say baabi a wo kọ no eho eye papa echen baabi a wo no. But as a country ade bia na ase ye kọ yachi ase ye kọ yachi because we have whatever it takes there bia ye kan say ye de be kọ yanim. But the way we initiate our plans, the way our policies TNT no, there be that transformation that we are looking for as a country to develop no yensa into me enka. Now, yenhwe ade bi ewa ha. There should be development in transformation. You can't transformation in development, and I say development in transformation. The person you can you say TNU. Transformational development is the process through which children, families, and communities identify and overcome the obstacles that prevent them from living their life in its fullness. And the two words here, identifying the obstacles. And then the other word, say, how are we going to make sure say those obstacles, you know, we solve them? And I said we bring them into reality. Now, as a country, my Ghana, do we have what it takes? Do we have the kind of leaders that they are able to identify problems? Because one, if you are not able to identify the problem, there is no way you can even get solutions to it. So as leaders of this country, as far as we want Ghana to develop, the question I'm asking this morning is, are we able to identify problems? That is the question I'm asking. Yet to me, who and near problems about to me about as a country, do we have those leaders that are able to identify, say, this problem is likely to happen, this problem is likely to come? And even if we are able to identify the problems, are we in good shape, or are we in that standing order? Are we in that shoes? Say, you bet to me, I overcome those problems, now. There are so many problems in this country, Mother Ghana. Problems but the problems, how are we able to identify the problems? Not to talk of how are we going to overcome it, because we lack when it comes to problems identification, because we lack how to overcome problems. The nation is in standstill. But if only the country will develop, then we need to get leaders who will sit down to identify problems. That is what we are lacking here. As far as leadership is concerned in this country, as far as leadership is concerned in the world, and limiting on Ghana, as far as Ghana, your leadership is concerned, we lack that skill set. You need to identify problems. Because if indeed we have true leaders, we have leaders who are able to identify problems, and this country won't be like this. And Ghana memburu and sorry ensu. And the development I show kroma a be outside world no development I cost so amount for kroma e to my yempani for e to kwan de cost am kroni so ahudo ina anka they wouldn't be traveling day in and day out. When you have leaders who can identify problems, when you have leaders who can overcome problems and obstacles, that is where the country will develop. But we lack those leaders in this country. We are only having leaders what they only think about is their stomach. What they only think about is what they will get. What they only think about is the next election, how they are going to win. But truly, Adia Bema or Motumi winning elections, Adia Bema amount for opportunity to be good leaders in Ankasano is identifying problems and overcoming the problems. Say the Bema the country developing, and that is what will lead them to winning elections. They don't look at it, but they rather find any dubious means. A coin be a politicians, a coin be a leaders, on winning election. That is what they always look at. So your leaders lack problem identification skills. Your leaders in this country lack solutions to problems. That is why we are like this. We need leaders who can identify problems. We need leaders in Ghana who can find solutions, who can overcome problems and obstacles for the country to thrive. And that's how they are. Ebeye says, and we will keep criticizing them. Because you people are always telling us, say, rise Ghana youth for your country, for the nation demands your devotion. We are going to devote our time, whether you change or not. We need responsible leaders so that they can identify and overcome problems for the country to develop. Now, how economic growth impacts society? Yeah, kasa about growth and transformation. Say indeed, to me, na say chrono ebe develop here. This is the impact of the citizens and also more to abandon Ukraine. So this is what happens. Economic growth stimulates business and spending. Increased exports and imports lead to greater income from business taxes. Enti yeti kromo ha enyama ye export to kwabonche ye kitwe bi and enyama ye import na ye bebre. But if as a country we can find our way. Now, enyama yede kwa bonten, enyama yede ba inside. Ni na no anka etumi abua. Anka then business taxes alone will make the country develop. Now, in short, governments have an approved cash flow. This can lead to government spending. At times, ekwanya aban faswa oyusu o mine sika. Ekwanya Ghana ye faswa ye yisu esika sikano. Sometimes we don't get to, and the little that we get to, we mismanage it. The little that we get to, ye misuse no. In the sense that there are so many avenues to me afaso. There are so many doors to me amenebie, of which the government will get revenue, of which the government will get enough money for spending. But those avenues, ya close no. And you produce of which governments have to make sure say we do much of exports so that the country will generate revenue. We do much of exports so that businesses are into exports. You bet to me attitude or more taxes and also bet to me tax base to me across so that I buy the bet to me income for its spending. Because of low productivity, we are not able to do more exports. But we have so many resources in this country. If governments are going to identify problems and what these industries as to how are able to me as overcoming problems, so that your problem you war with exports able to me akoso near solve our problems, so that timber you war able to me export more and discover bread. Cocoa you war able to me export more and discover bread. Palm you war able to me export more and discover bread. And you may war come in able to me export more. Now edisika abre abano. We are not looking into that. We are always thinking about yam family, and but import and export, should government pay attention to them, it will generate enough revenue for this country, and government can get money for spending. But what is happening? And then also government influence. Say growth to me abain will role to play, and abain what the major role to play as far as development is concerned. At times citizens ebemu kakra, but there be ameka say citizens in pro or mumpo. When leaders are true leaders, when you get leaders who have the skills, who have the capabilities, the citizens no omajuma ebe yeketu ebi. Because leaders no was making sure say whatever happens in the country ebe koso, whether citizens pro or mumpo. So Abai will greater influence as far as development, transformation, and growth of this country is concerned. Abai influence our one any. Government influence the economy by changing the level and types of taxes. the extent and compositions of spending, and the degree and form of borrowing. In general, the type of taxes one of the influences are aban no able to me pay major attention for transformation to take place. Now, yen tax system. Aban biya including this current government, and I always talk about the current government because the past government, yes, omonye inti yi almost in chain. So now, this current administration eba power. Omo ayeti asese omo be rubbish to check taxes bebree mu, which of course ade a ebetumi aboa o man no, because country are producing little no e was say the tax base and so eco. But this is the situation whereby we produce little, businesses are collapsing, even most businesses are not running, but tax rates was slow. So abai will great influence if the government should pay attention to taxes it will go a long way to affect the country. But this is the case day in and day out, you increase taxes, now you increase Niema, and then also the degree of spending. Ekwanya ye faswa ye yisu ye sika ewo kromu ha. In as much as aban no failure ewo yen tax system. The way aban no say yisu ye sika, and I say the way oman bia say yisu ni sika no, it also plays major role. The last time I was telling you say sika ebia was ye de kwhye for instance entrepreneurship mu no. Ebia na ye de say sika na ye say de kwa akoye kwan. Meanwhile sika so was ye de ye kwan no. Now you see the kwa share electricity. So approach to matters in this country is wrong. That is why I always say the solution are buying try say or they ever fix problems, you know, and no crime solve a problem. In the case that you waste sika maybe you spending government spend unnecessarily. It is making the country collapse and no every day. So if government will pay attention to spending, now by now we say, okay, Sikawe saying that what's the idea? This is the amount involved, and we have to make sure say we will use the right amount, and then supervision be to me akoswa. And unnecessary spending be Emma or my Ghana elusu ni sika no anka happen. And then also the next thing is borrowing. Ya bobusia. Emma, even what is going around the crowd, so they say, yeah, the levy crowd so babijina so akojebosia. This is the influence of the beba, and it is a very bad one in the sense that she levy so near the levy kokojebosia, and ya the ayebe tuani neya and yeko tuani china. It will take us about 10 years before she able to make a bosia. Now this is what happens. It is 6.9 billion. Near the Jessica, it means that every year we would have to pay with interest. It's a baby or baby a cabeda yenum. The way a manner a Bible bobusia or chroma, Nankabusian crowd and Anke Bompon at times, ye use for 8 purposes. Anka fair enough. And people will subscribe to it, say, okay, fair enough. You're mobusia because you're watching and you're bobusiana, you're the quack, ya dear, a bemba benefit abakrunu. But this is the case, you're bobusia, sa, but still we lack and yama a bemba krunu a developing. You're bobusia, sa, but the basic things of crana was as a country to thrive and asset to develop, no, we don't get those things. So, what is the essence of borrowing? A banisana, a retarded growth. Because your bobusiano near misuse scano, your bobusiano near mismanage scano, your bobusiano near to me accountable, your accounts be for scano, your bobusiano near your wusi cananoa. Why then do we go about borrowing? It's your choir buying faswa, ne tax or siraneno, a choir buying faswa or spending the sika, a choir buying faswa bobusia. There are 3 major things it collapses countries. Sani mami and Sawe affected Ghana. Your tax system very bad, which government have to look at it. The way you spend the country's income and revenue very bad, which also the government should look at it. And the way you also very bad, which the government should look at it. And all these things can be looked at when Abanu pay attention to the resources that we have in this country. I was say more of exports so that we can generate more income. but we are not paying attention to that. We are not producing more, but there be a more. We are producing less, but borrow more. It will collapse the economy. That is why Ghana is suffering now. It is something we have to look at it, because you could have one Ghana city now say there be a what will happen now quickly. Yansha abine promise bia okomeki ewo KNUST 4th January. Medical Kasa Mandela can say, if you want to collapse a country, collapse its education system. Nelson Mandela. It you say, so person will say Krobia and answer might be a boy. O person to Krobia tete a pansama. They can say chrono education. Because education and a many panel knowledge. Education and a many panel the required skills. Idea was a way and obey to me. It is the moment you tamper with any country's education. Now, what say chrono? So now the way I handle your teachers, the way I handle your education system, and I am because you are KNUST 4th January, Ghana National Association of Teachers, Omu meeting, and the President of the Republic, Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, Eko Shebo Ewo. And I'm saying this because it has something to do with development. And then big can say to collapse every country, temper with its education. Asema Mandela Kai. When the education system becomes very stronger, people will get the requisite knowledge and the skill and the capabilities to attend to things. And when people have that requisite knowledge and capabilities and the skills it will make the country develop. Because when you lack of knowledge, people perish. When you lack knowledge in doing something, you can never achieve the good result. So I just want to remind him so that those promises will be made, because it will go a long way to affect the economy, the growth of the economy. Now, promise when we can was say I will invest more in education. Was the government is also committed to the development of affordable housing to teachers all across the nation. The current initiative will involve the provision of housing for both mortgage and rental. I'm fully aware that one challenge facing teacher ownership of homes beyond finance is their inability to purchase homes when they intend to retire. This is a promise Nana Emeki. Say teacher for retirement, baby or mobile and also massive crown bad. So it's a promise the government has made. Say obeshe a teacher for that sector, so that teacher new crown can be forced over retirement and also over pension. Now can your own house or a home to stay. It is one of the things if government should pay attention to it. Now by the man a promise no abema. And it will lead to nation development, because every teacher say what I'm doing, let him do it right, because at the end of the day there is benefit. I become a teacher now. And then also, as a subsidized loan program, we will provide teachers with an opportunity to own homes, houses in desired locations in various parts of the country. I no promise back also say, but don't you forget, say, talking about teachers. Once I hear supporting teachers, we are building our education system, because the whole of the education system need now equity teachers. So if you make sure say the teaching staff, they are being controlled, they are being held well, then it means that you're developing your education system, and thereby developing the education system, we are developing the country. So these promises and Emeki University 4th January they teacher for these are the promises I reminded the government. Say he should go by it, because mere promises. They said Peter Draka can and say and kasa bebre no they solve problems, and I said man on my developing name adwuma emu leaders by a year way now, then of course ebema teaching staff live comfortable life, and then when they go to the classroom they will impact the right knowledge into the children, and that will lead to the future development of any country. The Education Ministry is working with the National Service Scheme on this. In addition, the Housing Ministry is discussing with the teacher unions, including your own NAT, to provide more housing opportunities for teachers. Within the next 2 years, it is proposed that 10,000 units on affordable terms will be developed for teachers across the country. This, we all know, is the tip of the iceberg, but it is a good beginning. So that is the government's promise. Within the next 2 years, now can same way 4th January. So you were 2022. By 2024 4th January, the government of the Republic is telling us, say, we will pay more attention to teachers. Or not the life of the teacher are so comfortable and worth living. And Madikaka said, when the life of the teacher is so comfortable and worth living, I am telling you, our education system will surely develop, because education ministry it can never function without proper teachers. And your teachers are impacting knowledge into their children. And then and when they become good citizens, and then they develop it. So this promise by the government is much particular to me, because abiding pay attention to teachers, abiding pay attention to their welfare. If indeed it is by this saying, say, if you want to collapse a country, play with its education system. Now, I don't think the government has any intention of playing with the education system, because for all I know, the country must develop, and I'm sure the government is in support of that. So the government should look at our education system. The government should pay more attention to the teaching staff, so that they will be more passionate. Because when they become passionate, the system will develop automatically. And the ABC Abayana said, these promises, the government should make sure. So Obama promises when you now obey deliver. At the end of the day, to go a long way to affect the country very positively. And the government paying attention to teachers must also pay attention to tax rates. Government should pay attention to it. Spending government should pay attention to it. Government should pay attention to it, because the government has failed in all these sectors. You should pay attention to it, and the country will develop. Femi Anok Clement, the youth advocate. Truth will always defeat lies. And you to me Jumedi no AC. Now me go there as usual. The mechanic said, "The we be ano share na ye. The misumi ye bia me share no ma ye ni. The na ye bia ye hwe ni ye no. And ebe ma kuro no atumi akoso. Nyame won tia obi aka said the enuma esitie."
Some card mo Ghana kila mwana bele register be na Ghana card ala ye ba hora register Ghana card angome
sa wan register o sim card ni a hora enga vra abiara hora enga ye mobile money hora enga internet enga ye de biara ye de bia me fa sim card be yara hora enga enga ye
ba register but star 404 hash na di mobile ala azu be hye nya na ye hye mo Ghana card ni azula Ghana card number ni eze anza wo papa duma wo alofro duma anza wo duma molumwa kan anza date mo be woro yesan elegale ananinya
aki nya code bi mo ebava wa ho network rock mo isura eke na bava enjo ke be gwamrachine house na ba show mvonire katika ele kwa ebava wa digital address no wa ho
but star 404 hash wo phone ni azo na ba obo register wo some card ne kakla
akunda nwura ma na biara fra wa network mo isura wo 100 anaka NCA ma what to free number 0800110622 register wa some card ne ama wa ho avoid de bia makuna ka efa yera.
Emo akwa eba Kratos eba clinic. Mini Dr. Penia meda clinic yano. Midin NET Dr. Samuel Santientry. Me alliances doctor clinic insu alliances clinic abama yetumi say yetumi eye aduma. Yare bebrebe ehu aduma ene eye ewa ha. Baby awo bia fa hye wotiri mu say yehwe apenfo di apenfo awo asomdwuma yenye omo operation. Dompe abu eno nso ye hu aduma pa. Yen ene afi 2021 aban ebo ya baso ana yin abaso bode yese e obi a yebo modern ewo stroke ayarehwe mu pa eno achi no yare a ebiti se sexual weakness prostate disorders and prostate problems and as infertility your pulse your yare ahodo bebre a ebrinti yentumi nka nkyerɛ obetumi age number eno afre doctor e was 0247 77 1981 and 0261 425985 hwe clinic actually kwan e wo Pokuase Afiaman ye ben presby transformer ye judgement-free adwoda ekosi memenda anopa no nwotwe kosi anumere nonum ne efa na enso se memenda de a kai nation enso se ye pon anumere nonan ene fa. Kratos wish you good health. Kratos the power to heal.
Yara so guswa eshe active morning ewo active TV so meda Clement as I say or the active bites by meda Fabian as I say or the entertainment updates by be do some born kind say ne Ivan Kyei Innocent e be twe yen komo ahwehwe no ya wade bia no na wabeka yen sa Ivan good morning.
Morning Winia.
Na it's saying
nyame adoma ho.
We bet for journey discussion no e was 0503236735 0503236735 ewo WhatsApp line any normal text messages will be to me so adjoining and discussion or an adjoining discussion was Facebook at Active TV GH Facebook at Active TV GH yes how YouTube I channel needing here Active TV GH ye come to so Ivan Mr. Chaubium
Major so
na apomut saying
oh nyame adoma ho den ho asia be hia ide
such as Ghana ho adwendwia Sunday na you did 65 years as a country.
Yeah.
Is it worth celebrating?
The ka mencha na mencha otiefo na memo ba so am say boba ye nche ba mo ye adwuma oko various media platforms. I think you're doing a lot of great work, especially online. And maybe who more stories be I think I try to share to others to serve your so so comment them. Ghana at 65. I think it's really interesting. One number one thing every day be on social media platforms. A man for a celebrity birthday and so there. Your celebration of that nature, appropriate will be a best celebrity birthday. But the good question I will be say I want to say as a mind, so how far we have come as a country the last 65 years. A dear bang and a wise a celebrity. That is the good question. And to me, I think Senka itimia near my year and a celebrity 65 years we are. And boni be any home, but have be a free banana near ma ya from now where we are at this particular time. The good question that be a BBC I want to say, are we really independent as a country? And to me, independence and your country, without say sounding say you are more fighting for independence, or maybe one more they did very well. People like Nkrumah and others, they fought. Risk their life, risk everything to secure independence for us. Na senka me no going forward ne betimi atoto ye nema ye se be ya democracy independence no more mine no ebe mini ade titire bia mayen. But unfortunately no democracy independence no more fight adege mayen is turning out to be a mere symbolic gesture. On paper no because you were independent, but in reality we are not independent because can say on mind be independent. There are several aspects you need to look at. Socially, economically, politically. These are few ways I can just look around. Economically, we are just sinking. Economy is in turmoil. As I see about now, the average and the ordinary Ghanaian on the street, who be say independence ben or more, are they self-sufficient economically? A man for a self-sufficient employment and as for human or mine and Casano Quamben let me have first position young who are creating and maximize the opportunity for others. I put the nation on a particular pedestal. young man be sorry from or sorry bana or bar. You can dream, I want to become a pilot. And you see, said there is a clear-cut path where you can become a pilot. America first started this particular American dream, no? They just wanted to create an environment that will incentivize everybody to become whoever that you want to become. So that's why America, I say, your friends saying, land of opportunities, the American dream, live it. Say, and a winning tour. All the necessary when they are available, you just excel. But such avenues, such platforms are not there. Unfortunately, no all celebrity here. There is nothing that is worthy of celebration. Itself say what you see is poverty, you see misery, you see on the political side corruption. A few individuals be a group in the name of politics just robbing the country with impunity. At the end of the day, no, so independent as a country, there, I'm not sure we are independent. We appear more enslaved even than those days, because I will say on my way, yesika, ya the chichiro mine no nyina ya bosia bo. On my yeti gold so, on my yeti diamond so, on my your friends say niema nyame de chair nipa bi ase de chichiro mine bia ye will be. Oil crossing about Betomen, I developed 3 oil fields at Eochroma say. But time bands and yet me attended this particular thing, yet the Ankasa, yet the air such things are not there. Opportunities in a few individuals will more near Quenya politics in Mahodonia Kuraha. I know the name of a Koya, but the majority of people out there, no incentive, no opportunities. But and I have an independence, and that's how that's around no pa. You the opposite obedi. You are not restricted. One kasa okondo aduane where you have enough where betimi aye. The opposite way like you should not have restriction. And I just say economically we are independent and so forth. There are a lot of people who have been forced out of this particular country in Europe and other places. There be a meka ya nkra notice will be to kwan kwa brochira wadwene say nipa de nitia ye o, but san nya ni je na de to kwan. Because of the economic situation, and a lot of people have been forced out of the country. Now, why not the ninjas over that no panel and papa but because of the situation, people are forced to travel out. Or cause some of the life among for living outside. Or the room or that's after a month crana, then you nipa the seni, that's all juma, ufre juma by another with them. What you can do is to go on social media. So that is a life a lot of people have been forced into living abroad. Senka economic situation better. I'm very sure Senka a lot of people, even though I'm for too kind here, been for adventure, some for whatever purpose, businesses and stuff, but I think that there are vast majority of people who are living outside this particular country. Senka nema around. My vision and kromanya dem ho say on my way no nka yanto to na mfidi djuma ne na se for no yentimi nya ni ye sebe ya Ghana ni soro obenya adwuma ye. The vision that the Nkrumah had, no, at some point in time, because of this politics, we crashed, decimated, and then consign it somewhere. Ya tuogu and a young kasa ya ba the Nipano free said the ebe kwa mana ba ndema atuto ya mana no. That is what they pursue. Narrow political interest. At the end of the day, no. Be repeat dividend for that person, then the political class, and as a few persons be aligned to Kroma Uptia for talent. I know the day one opportunity wait me a year Juma. But look at the kind of quite first one ye Juma de Shaman Fonsa. A dear friend meritorious criteria who's a merit a particular choir the Juma Shawansa because you have the requisite qualification to do something, no. Sanya mano ya train as in chain, and it's about when about political way or loyalty alliance in Nipa with Nimno, and I yes saw Modomo Yaju and Nipa are not fan no question Jumama. On himself or not because of qualify. He is there because on him papa way, it is a 1 year Juma you crowd no the day he's protected. A bassa or minor and I wouldn't say baby. So independent, I think that is good to say yeah, but I think that remaining a mere symbolic gesture. We need to do a lot to enhance young Kasani empire, empower now reliance now you rely on foreign countries, your friends support other way. No, we can't build an economy on somebody's your friends expense and tell yourself say you are independent. Ebasa, you are just deceiving yourself.
Okay, now you share team for the celebration, no?
Okay,
working together and bouncing back better. Team neighbor out and question will be able to say over the years now, have we not been working together as a country?
I think so. We see about your political landscape now. Your teams you see an extreme, your friend is saying, a partisan, polarized environment. And I say, politics now, you divide your home. At the end of the day, no, you throw your home into groups. Either say we are MPP, and answer we are MPP, or answer we are NDC. So the impression is say obi or power. At the end of the day, no, the wish of the other side need to ensure say they fail so that they come. And at the end of the day, no, Sabaya independent together, work together as a country to project an interest. On mind Ghana at the end of the day, no, a bit me no. And no, it's not the focus. It is about a political alliance in a loyalty in a for a war, and a focus war. So working together as a country, I think is something that because of the nature of politics na ya set aside as you know. Enti ene ade a ye friend loyalty, ade a ye friend patriotism, nationalism, service, ye friend sense of duty and sense of ye friend saying service to Ghana as a country, ne, such things are missing. Ye niema ye nyina agye towards say ye sebe ya few persons be no or no ankasa interest be prevail over the others. And the idea of nationalism, that sense of patriotism, no, I mix it from Ghana ni be dodo na and Ghana. They rather look at their political alliance in a way, no. And see, on mine consistently, no, on mine, no, you better chirabu, you mine see, no, and then you'll be a focus. It is about our party, it is about party, it is about party. So I think that the call to work together, no, and not come to the fact that people have now realized that over the years, you know, young Kasa, you certain politics to polarize, you create a polarized partisan political environment. They divide your home. It be working on it, be workitiano, it be working on it, be workitiano. But at the end of the day, say you know your ultimate aim is say build the Ghana as a country. It doesn't matter that be a political parties they are mere vehicles to capture power. So when you sit in the vehicle, your destination is Ghana. Not you could develop. So at the end of the day, we are Ghana in as a vehicle, not some the political party more than the destination you are going, which is the Ghana now. At the end of the day, it means that one can never the major focus, the objective, everything should be Ghana. Ghana is the ultimate priority. Political parties are vehicles that you use to capture political power. So I know the day, no, the focus is on Ghana. I think that sense of nationalism, patriotism, no, we will work towards the greater good at the end of the day. No, maximize it, obia not the year no, as a country. But until say we will get there, no. I think that we will continue to do this. Countries like the US and other places, yes, they still complain about polarized political environment and so forth. But they have structured the political environment in such a way that in the US, for instance, so we are president now, but some machinery now run American government na nkasa the economy and so forth. You may not have enough influence to just shift the spine of that particular thing. At the end of the day, no, what you can do much foreign policy. It is American presidents what follow quite recently. Major way of making advances foreign policy.
Don't touch the
main engines now running the economy of the country. No, you can't touch much. What you create jobs. That is what you're supposed to do. Now say and ube slamming on the brakes. I am the machinery of government running in there. Nobody will allow you.
What are some of these breaks that you believe say our leaders here, you know, try to temper with?
Some of the breaks, you know, are such that sometimes you go to a particular corporation firm, you realize that this person will what it takes, or Juma. Very often, they will just throw you away. So I know the day, you know, Nipano nimdi or one and as for you know, because of say your pessy or because of say you're aligned to other political parties, you know, nimdi or when you know, suddenly, no, so we just boot the person out. But Samra Donald Trump, I was know, or appointee Nipa Binmo, where your friend is a diplomat or more representing US in other countries. Ambassadors and as for way by Biden by some are still working. I am pamomo because when you realize that nipa no represent your friend say are potential obetimi aboa to realize your vision.
Their competence is superior.
Exactly, because when you're government, you're government, your main focus is what you mind, and so what you mind, you need to enlist competence. You need to enlist the finest of brain and human potentials that are available. Politics, won't mean create a pool of people. Obenya say obia e kame ho, obia e madam for. We don't need friends to work to realize whatever that you want to, but rather you enlist the best of brains, the finest persons available, competence and other stuff. What we know, say nipa na kra no, if or no, we need on some on new affair. Now say woman that particular opportunity, we will put pressure on that particular person. Because obedient say you are not part of us, but because of your competence in the amount, then all eyes will be on you to do the right thing. Because once you mess up, but we have done it in such a way say that is not the case. You have appointments now, reward people for political, your friends and loyalty, constituency way, as soon as in the command or the finance, so when you hand state you have such crucial positions to such an individual as in their heart, it's a position a fight for. So they don't own that sense of duties or by Juma.
Example, we call NADMO office, regional offices now. Exactly. We won't say the regional directors, only a party
executives. So such a person in the motivation is a party now. So that particular sense of duty is not there. They can just mess up, take certain decisions, and those decisions will not inure into the benefit of the greater Ghanaians out there, but rather toward safeguarding a particular partisan political interest. At the end of the day, the whole idea is and making sure that the next elections we will win power.
Premising on what you are saying,
okay.
Wouldn't you say we should have a national development agenda? I know but I won't say a baby obaswa. This is the agenda that we are using.
Yes, I think we need, but you see, you can have the national agenda, but with that commitment, it will be useless. Because I think, say, in the past, many people are proposed to be, and quite recently, there was a fresh one. I think, say, the documents are available and so forth. What you need is political commitment. You can sit and propose a lot of anything at all, but it's a political commitment to be even with the Marakra President and say on go by that particular way now. You can't do anything. You understand? So what we need is that level of political commitment. We are really working toward a particular goal as a country. Samran Nkrumah Bayen, he had a vision. The vision is to transform Ghana into an industrial hub of West Africa and Africa. At a time will come. Majority of the Niamana and Yakrefra Bontini and can producing her. So with that particular vision in mind, he started putting our factories across the country. So it means that he had a particular focus. In realizing that particular focus, and it's a certain factory building roads, connecting your friends say inner city way by railway in a phone, yes, I near money Sebaya. Vision or me realize it. But unfortunately, when his government was toppled, the whole dream also was truncated, and at the end of the day, you perceive we had series of military takeover na obiaba on the agenda, and very often TV what the amount for say young code and Nkrumah way. That be a say there is nothing at this particular time, even the Nkrumah way we can go. Nkrumah appeared at a particular point in time. With the resources available, the political environment then, utimi nearma utimi say so what we can do right now is not going the Nkrumah way, but rather draw inspiration from Nkrumah. Say, any time now, even the political environment then, more hostile than a neo. Sabra na Nkrumah because that were the time and I'm for to bomb. Yeah, the bomb with Misha flower. Just Nkrumah cry in fear at some point in time. NLM ne CPP Kumasi ya basic kind kuno. Now the political environment was so tough to the extent say na switching the yete ho ene ya hu this MPP NDC we say already ya kasa keke na ya kan. But those days there were attacks, killings and other stuff. But in that hostile environment. You know, Nkrumah was able to do things that he did. It means that at this particular time, Nema asasa kakra yesi nimdiabai. Say you transe consciously, put in your mind, say we want to set up a particular vision. Say this is the way we want to go. I think that we will achieve a lot because you see, so your mind, not say we need a particular focus. Now we are watching so team sa we need that because let me tell you about Germany. Your friend is saying why you can't Germany then about him. It's about industrialization. Factories, companies, or every baby it was a vision after the Second World War now or more involved in the war no the catch was a Germany breaking it got disintegrated into a fragmenter shared among America, France, and then UK, and then Soviets and also Russia for the eastern part. Samra Mosha says on mobile the minor US president be a friend Truman. Or Tanasano who said no, we need to build Europe. So he came out with a package, the Truman Doctrine. Within that now package a woman Marshall was a planner or the bar UK's over builder. Then they realized how said the war na see across Germany land na say na debiana then yanko your friend said the industrial way. So they decided investing in building companies and then as a for them. And no, Germany economy drive towards that particular agenda. Look at the cars in Germany. Most of the machines na say for them Germany, transforming the country into an industrial hub. And Germany, you'll be expecting, and that is what is powering their economy, giving the particular driver and open one of the success destination in the world that wouldn't countries or be a friend saying Germany are free. So so minor your vision is saying your focus is saying you set upcoming commerce your science and technology. The last time I was telling you so called humanities at Jaffa. And that particular school na certain impact bank and yet I will say in terms of technology. Now that the world is advancing towards that particular line, don't you think that it's time for us to invest massively in that particular school? Now you're linking it to something that is right here with us. It's a private mine or your car and answer for them. So can't we find a way to link that particular school to Kantanka and where you bet me automobile industry no yet me because one of the African countries I've forgotten. One of the African countries in here, Masasa or Mankasa, buses, or Mankasa for user on Beshasi and Chebiano.
But someone answered, are leaders not known of all this?
And I make us say, who is a politics and I near politics, ye vision. Vision are winning and where the political party's interest ends. That is it. No foresight, a switch beyond that particular partisan foresight. So maybe everything that I'm doing towards the next elections, but building a country for the future generation, building a country put to the nation on a particular trajectory in the next 50 years. I'm for being that particular thing is not there. For instance, Nkrumah, Samra or set it up Akosombo Dam. No. Power na yenyano na Ghana de yesu na kakra so people were insulting him say na kwa we dia mpa na ha no Ghana like to say na yesu a wako build the Akosombo yenya over 930 mega yefan say megawatt then e wa chire e dia na ye de ye but that particular way ya after 50 years and that particular thing enso yen so he had a long term vision eno na ye de chichiro man. But you have no vision. Say, none wonder yet ha yet free such as by the president say on Kranon Co school no pass it to shame his critics. What I say that is the main focus of I'm so pass it. Now you shame the critics. So that particular policy, the whole motivation behind it is say, yeah, man cannot pass it. Now you shame your critics. Immediate gratification. Yeah. Now you want to pay. Now man for say you achieve political capital out of it. By the long term. who said no, free SHS, the base will expand. There is the need for us to build tertiary education somewhere. Sabi you move school now.
Even expand the existing ones.
Existing ones. Now move your tertiary no on back to us. That particular vision is not there because adwena ya de ya de no asiniti ase say. And you know it's about what we can political capital you can harvest from this particular idea just today. In the future, we don't care. And to know how you implemented this particular thing, just look at how it has turned out to be. Problems and problems or China, because any public who engage critical stakeholders, persons that are involved. So, okay, yeah, the free SHS ball, even though you are promised there, but let us do a broader consultation. So you plan that in the next 10 years, what are the ways a bit to me acquire? Then people will bring in say, based in accommodation in in the next 10 years, you know, tertiary as for available school, then there is a need to review our curriculum. Whatever being taught at the classroom to the job market. School easily, no, they can slip into the job market and find something to do. But no one say you produce among for free SHS just to harvest the political capital. Beyond that, nothing. And Kraben and Nam school more be or Buffyard near Fienne. Now, teacher now work Kyei University. One of them was complaining lecturer. Sam Cranom work grade 6 from Uyomodiaban. What the common percentage is more to and yet. So school vision no and long term, a short term. Just
score political
yes,
points.
then na press conference. Your pencil, your friend is saying, and Cranom Cultural Secondary School no 80% anya A when compared to NDC time at Ebia 60% in the nya into the political capital. Always harvesting political capital by Crano future no and a debauch scale. But nipa na ye come say nipa desenio with the future. The job of a government is to ensure say you bet me a project or more put you on a particular pedestal or more when we say there is a particular future. But that is not what we are doing here.
Okay, now let's fast forward to your independence celebration. President Kasai na on my say national prosperity. No, it doesn't take one day.
Yeah.
It takes time, so we need to give him. We need to be patient as Ghanaians, and then give him more time to solve the situation. But then the question a lot of people are asking say, on the campaign promises or in 2015, prior to the 2016 election, or my who say the resources are there, but we're having bad management.
Managers, I think it's unfortunate our president is turning out to be a walking textbook of political contradictions. Like in Seminole Bekano, he tends to do the other side. Because don't forget, the motivation so appointed Nipa 122, 20 and over as ministers, and they say, so he's in a hurry. So he needed a lot of people to come on board. 10 time in a hurry. Yes, fast. So fast forward after 5 years, if you come back to tell us, and then we realize it's a prosperity, you're achieving in a single day, then that is the contradiction there. What I say. And again, yes, a president because prosperity achieving it that is true around the world. Very often that is a political rhetoric. Often you hear from leaders just to say more citizens and be patient with them to come with whatever that they want to do. But for you to make that particular statement, you need to just prove to the people say in the long term you have a vision. Sit here and tell me about the vision in the next 10 years. Say Ghana nika say oh nya abotera okay enya abotera man na Akufo-Addo. So in the next 10 years that he is laying a solid foundation be repeat dividend in the next 10 years. The dividend we are going to reap dividend you are going to reap in the next 10 years a car debt and I could repeat in the next 10 years. Putting the nation on a trajectory, if we are not careful, we cannot recover. Because the nation is swimming and sinking in a pool of debt. Debt in the Ghana for even foreigners who are ordinarily though engaged in some of these local politics have now come up because they are so much angry to the extent the state economy now the language Ghanaian government officials are saying and the IMF country director very often they don't get engaged in all this. They are saying that the government is lying. They should be candid enough and tell Ghanaians the real state of affairs. What Bank of Ghana similar statement. Who said Babia or minor Tisesino and Yadekitwa because Fitch a downgrade here. Don't forget that we had another downgrade from Moody's. And now no pay no say a bank akasia 3 Ghana has say ya downgraded this bank another Fitch rating yasan ba bontia GCB eka ho and clearly no you begin to ask yourself say nema na ye na no under na 21 billion Ghana cedis egu bank, and we were told say and we've been able to position our banks in such a way that they are solvent, everything is working, they have this credibility. At the end of the day, you know, investors' confidence is emboldened. And Fitch I downgraded the major banks Ghana I downgraded with negative outlook. So at the end of the day, Sadia na my banks in the outcome here gloom. You painting a very gloomy picture about our banks. Do you think that investors do musica beba? So if we are patiently waiting for the outcome, this is a gloomy outcome. Ghana for you waking up to. So there is absolutely nothing to be patient about. So far as this whole governance and we can only wait patiently for the doomsday to come. Now we will just perish because there will be nothing like Ghana for us to be talking about. That is what they are doing, because it is coming to crash Ghana and destroy this particular country, because so had the economic fundamentals and no more. And then look at the city today and where we are, and I see one time, and when you look around you don't see a single alternative. Baby, a professor said, this is the way we need to go to ensure that we salvage the situation. We yet me put certain energy into the economy. I bet me I robust. I bet me I so resourceful. Say about boost to investor confidence and so forth. Government now banking everything on e-levy. Say e-levy now has become everything in this particular country. It shows that people who are managing are bereft of ideas. They are bereft of alternative that will help us turn the situation around. So if you're going to have patience for the Akufo-Addo, he's not showing in a long term, short term and medium term any signs. He has what it takes to turn this particular country around. It is about heaping misery and then economic desperation on this particular country on daily basis, with the numerous reckless economic decisions that you're taking over. Bosiana Bosiambo achievement, and as a Bosiambo is anything to the reti abaya. And I think that Nana Akufo-Addo abaya in the history of this particular country will be classified as the best government in terms of Bosnia. Now to those Bosniano minim say your friend saying loans the investment. I don't know then you pay for. First, you talk gas from your friends in Nigeria, but a tuable gas investment in and Ghana, we are able to get gas, we are able to get Yankasa away. An
example of
long-term vision. So I know the day, instead of saying, it stays. You understand? These are some of the things that you do. You do things to cut rice import. These are things that a limited capital flight. Sikano stay here and says Sikano or her a mere economy ni muyedru. What I say, but now dollar, you said a dollar city here and nothing is being done. So I think Ghana for your patient amana in the last 4 to 5 years, and I think Niamana now it's clear say there is nothing that he can do to turn this particular country around.
Oye answer as a message or say the best way we can develop the country is digitalization, and that is what this government is all about. We can only develop when we have patience, and digitalization doesn't reap benefits within a day.
You see, these are comments I don't want to respond to, but I don't know his understanding. Say digitization. You can't digitization anything. Digitization is all connected platforms to platforms, and digitization. Digital infrastructure was set up in this particular country in the last 5 years. Let him send you and tell you say digitization now. Digital infrastructure was set up. Say we are laying up a digital infrastructure in the next 5 years. It's going to give us a massive, a massive takeover. On that, the economy will be thriving.
So, what about to be a digital center?
Investment is about 2 years. So you see, digitization, yes, nobody can underscore the relevance of the emerging technology. Makato say, where technological evolution and modern economy thrive on. No, you don't need to say obi never be control. Start yache. You start your economy thrive on your friends digitization and as for no start somewhere first time 2000. But you see, it's a gradual advances and I will make it. Every obtain buy you do a lot. Tabaya obetimi enya some significant improvement and I call nim. But it get to a stage now the focus on managing the economy now ebeye den na thrive on the digital infrastructure also no. Now say we forget about the economy and then we concentrate on the nyama na ebe thrive on the digitization digital way. I don't know it means that you have lost focus. You understand because your major objective as government is to build a resilient and a robust economy that will create opportunities for everybody. And then the digitization is the other side that it will empower and then just give you whatever that you want to achieve. What I say, but if the economy is sinking, now say among for hyperinflation and everything. Now say what me aye mobile money interoperability platform. I know the day now say sika ni o mind ma. When the question this sika come hwan. So why e-platform if you want to go to your person or passport. You need to go online, apply for passport. That is another digital platform you create. Now say at the end of the day, we don't have what it takes to even go for the passport and then as for them, according to as for you don't have the means. What is the essence of that? We need to build a resilient and a robust economy. That should be the baseline. Nobody is playing down the relevance and the importance of digitizing economy and stuff. But let us not make it look like Baumian, because of Nano Cantino, he's digitizing, and when you lay out digital infrastructure. So, yeah, your telecommunication companies in Oklahoma, like MTN and so the reason why people are even worried about government taking this 11 is digital infrastructure, telecommunication infrastructure, own to these telecos. Either MTN, Vodafone, and own your one there. Or more creative platforms, no crying. I know that they are charging less. Now buying now why I know that their contribution on that particular way, no, and nipa to the near own who you are coming to charge more. Yet take a basic technological way nipa be here. Every internet, Wi-Fi, and so forth. Even mobile service, even a crack that are parta, we didn't have service crowd. Then go to Kumasi and other places. Internet service and so forth. And I had the basic thing with me. Okasa will call the digital way. That is the basic thing. Even networking and so forth in this particular country, available. Now you just see how quiet. Because if you want to do a massive digital takeover, you start building the basic infrastructure, internet and then mobile telecommunication network. Available. That is the basic. From there you build upon. But at the end of the day, some of these commitments around impact na omo ye na digital na but when sha say can digital obviously free the economic space or call digital no our economy just go to the global market and check. Just look at your friend say the prospect of this particular economy. Every day these agencies come and they rate us low and we are consistently sinking. Now I don't know one country say because Ghana is going the digital way into that has given us a particular your friend is saying positive push here. I don't know. I give you some kind of credibility on the market. Ghana a very attractive destination for your friends and investors because we from US now, but you friend have catch and say digital way because these things are already available. What I say. So I think the major focus should be on fixing the economy. The economy is in a mess to the extent that AMF, World Bank country director, are now adding their voice to the narrative. And it is not a lie because to near to the extent that even the president quite recently was out there telling us, finance minister made a similar comment. So I know the day, if the economy is in a mess. Or digitization now more put it up fronting like if they are doing something. Maybe let somebody tell us the kind of digital infrastructure are buying by was set it up and or my digital takeoff. It's just political way na ye can they are not and that has been the practice.
World Bank country director who say the economy has been very bad before COVID. A year buying Munipa, John Kumar, for instance, Deputy Finance Minister, Abe confirmed say the economy is in a bad state. President Suo Dubai painting a gloomy picture of our equally on investors say the economy is good into investments they are not going to regret. Is it that government is giving us a different picture here in Ghana and then giving us another picture across the world?
Yeah, I think as president, definitely you will not expect him to go out there and tell people, say, my economy is in shambles, my economy is in a mess, so investors should not come. As president and somebody in charge of the economy, obviously you see him championing these things, trying to. But you see, investors out there, they don't look at as I'm a president. They go to the global stage. Or credibility on the market, or economy is in the city. Near Ben, Emma attract investors to come. And Cecilia Bonoka say, companies, big companies have started pulling out of this particular country. Are you aware? Go and check the statistics. Even in January, Sika every Kruma amounted to over $200 million. Our people are pulling their investment out of this country. Why? Because the environment, and yet business friendly. Environment, a picture, and I say put a very gloomy picture out there for investors. Someone for musica beshim. So more hana musica woman. Some have started pulling out because of maybe a way. So we are president now. You are privy to all these things. There's a way you say you put up measures to turn the country around. It's not just about spinning a narrative, painting a different picture to somebody out there. Because at the end of the day, people who come here to invest and don't look at in some political discussion, they just look at it out there. Because they are privy to all the because we know about time so they quite idea with data on your research. And you come online no go say or mine with Fitch grade more. Moody's, Adangradio, and these are credible rating agencies around the world. This is what the IMF country director has said about the country. This is what World Bank is saying. So it means that the economy is in shambles. And when he turns around, he will see say, the dollar and the cedi, another problem. So, I know the conclusion, said, no, this particular place is not an attractive destination. So, the person will not come. They will look at other place and then go and invest. That is the outcome. So, the picture, you see, over the years, what this government has been doing is that they've been trying all their best to cook figures, manipulate figures, just to present a very positive economic outlook to the world. And it started when they presented their budget. Energy sector debt so the deficit instead of over 16 to 15 to 16, they pledged it at 11. Our World Bank, IMF, Babu, and said no figures no more. Almost say energy sector, your friends say debt in as for no pull your film, and there are other way. Almost figures no more about a dime, and they already know the known your friends say acceptable metric. Analyze economy na how I see rating Omankasa started cooking their own figures, doing that thing just to paint a particular picture out there. Your banking sector cleanup we no mo ye no kana mo ye ni nyina no awia na omo yi ni nyina film sabaya figures no mo ba bonten no look good. But you see some of these things apart from say buying up by there, don't forget we have agencies and organizations here. No, their job is to just review the entire government. And some of these facts in the idea is already with them. And all hide there and answer own hide, doesn't mean anything. That is why a World Bank report or about a diner abiding there. IMF report or about a diner abiding there. And look at the rate at which these people are misusing the funds of this particular country in the face of all these things. Now, it gives you an idea, say, these are persons who are not prepared to fix this particular country, but rather they came to fix themselves. The last time I was telling you about, say, in 2017, budget to OGM, Office of Government Machinery, 79 million Ghana cedi for the office of the president. In the following year, they moved it to somewhere around 119 million. The following year, it went to 136 million. Yaba yabedu 2021. Nasa sikana I witness over 500.4% increment. Ya pagino over 823 million Ghana cedis. And I call the presidency. I feel we are no say. Omo over 3 billion.
If information minister say you're wrong.
You're wrong, Ben. Budget no me na me ko kan ye. Budget no is available. Sika ye dey call over almost 3 billion Ghana cedis. 11 years say benya say 6.9. So abaning kwe almost half of E11 of the Flagstaff House. Obano na sika e wo ho a ye dey yes ad 79 million.
Just say no abanama ye hu say through transport minister say E11 no is going to be used as collateral for loan.
Oh, na say my catch though. The first day I come on your show, I told you say ye creative fund no. Na ye da carbon take catch am say mo hu fund way. Every year be benya sika si na to na mayen. Ya fa na say e bia 100 million. Omo be kwa kwaje aba be din nsem hu na be hye no. Na ye de be behind plane, ye de be nam ha, ye de be e be din nsem hu sa na sika na hye. Another I think there is no new. Yenim dada, ya tena ha Canada. And that is what they do because omo ba ye nyina, omo ya omo dwen say apart from so omo bobosia ba oman ni sikam no. Oman na japade na fan kakra na e wo no so omo fadwansa kwan so de ni nyina sisikam. Don't forget Esla, energy sector we no. Ye da kwakoye ye da kwakwaje bosia in the next 10 to 9 years no. Ye betua ho kan we aban na oba, you can't do anything about it. Cocoa syndicated loan ekoji cocoa ezi kroma ye da kwakusi kama kwaje bosia bauxite don't forget Sana Hydro ye da kwakusi kama kwaje get fund ye de school ye de chiche ye de man for scholarship ye da kwaje bosia na dan aban no nko na aban nko wa aban ban wa bobosia obi ama obi da no sa niema we nyina wasan da kwasisi kam Eurobond I subscribe I told you the last time o check here ye de nam somewhere $11 billion and then I say for them so clearly no o tena na say wo kan say we a enye say obi na tan obi and I say obi na mpen na akufu ado asem and I say obi na like a paint a gloomy picture about the economy the reality is say enema mo ye nyina ye nema e boman o mama so mbeti chiro man and the other side ne say bosia na ye bo no kra obokom no na nipa o mo de ani wo ye fronte ye bom ye kwaje bosia na omo jejejeje omo cat ne ye companies are omo ankasa so na sign own how can any reasonable person in a civilized time aye woman dey aba yes anema we you know very well say people will talk about it obe he lawyer odi animu ayo mobusuani obe he company edi akire kwaje bosia no aye kenoforiata ne nkrofo de won sika ba na wo pe ndu yes anema we nyina na wo ba trying to paint a different picture out there to Ghanaians say enema ekoyi at the end of the day no one kasa onema na ekoye mo because politics na wo ye ni nyina je toward self satisfaction and sabe ya wo ho be ye but to the majority of Ghanaians no enema nkoye e na oman no daache e na de akoshe free wo he the economic outlook of this particular country true to ratings na aba no ene de one kasa what now you want to do a dispassionate economic review of this particular thing in the long term clearly you see say on my way yamfa politics into nchen yamfa NDC into nchen yamfa MPP into nchen na you elevated the discussion beyond the frontiers of this partisan politics and personal alliances and affiliation be ayewo na yanka say ye dispassionate objective analysis about Ghana's economy in the long term. I'm telling you say you will never get any positive outlook for this particular country because my abobosia your debt to your GDP the last time we nam somewhere 81 and above. What I say, and we went to HEPIC when it was around, was it 60 or something? I've forgotten about the figure. And which means a HEPIC no crowd there's and I'm saying you chema
okay. Ivan also train mammy call messages Libya about Facebook and WhatsApp. Okay, or say Machiavelli. Or say Ivan, please, I want to know anytime you are on air, especially on TV. I always miss your program. Please help me. Okay. Inti Ubenya Ivan exclusively on Thursdays 9 a.m. on Active TV. Inti Bomodia say every Thursday be all the better Active TV usa Ebeka Ivan on WhatsApp. I say hello, please. I'm Henry, watching you live from Awoshi. You people are doing a great job. I really like the program. God really bless you and thank you for watching us, Henry, and God bless you too. But what do you say? Ube catch on your uncle say Active TV there. Yeah, mapankwa aha. Okay, another message from I say good. Okay, we are from Nkrumah. I say good morning. Say Ghana needs to regulate cryptocurrency. This is the only way the economy can boost. Do you know most cryptocurrency accounts has been freezed by this government? Oh, Mother Ghana. Okay, so that is the. And we are from Ejabata Suhum Akuti Okay. Also, the judiciary is now a puppet of the ruling party. Bad precedent setting. Today it is favoring the MPP. Tomorrow it will be vice versa. Greetings to Kyei Innocent from Ejabata, Suhum Akote. Now that ushers us into our next discussion and our next topic.
Okay.
Endra police for Emma Inya Tenkase and some boy in say a year robbery attacks are cost.
Yeah.
Their own members are parts.
Yeah.
As a country, should we be worried? Say those who are mandated to fight against crime are rather embracing it.
Yeah. I think a portend fear. We will be now a observer from what is going on at the your friend saying your security agencies in Numa. But me I'm higher me no say because over the years that is the position that I have taken, say. So we have so let's stay among for you recruit people into various security agencies now. A time will come. Niema will be who will be near. So me is a catch us a surprise na and thrown a me because I knew from the beginning say maybe bedrua yaba bedruha. Unfortunately, no, we have succeeded now in enlisting criminals, bandits, hoodlums, societal misfits, because of politics, political party alliance and affiliation. These are criminals. You put you in a national badger. You did two assurance. My culture said the most dangerous thing to do is arming a fool with a gun. When you arm a fool with a gun, he's dangerous to himself and dangerous to everybody around. And that is the state we've gotten into. Unfortunately, because of politics, cheap politics, we have succeeded in arming some fools with guns, and they go about unleashing terror and mayhem on innocent people. That is the point we've gotten to. When this whole thing started, I remember when Ayawaso West Wagon incident in Isia during the elections, when the commission of inquiry was set up, and I tried to inquire as to why Saniaman occasion. I think a lot of revelations came out as to how certain individuals got enlisted into the most sensitive security agency in the country, that is the national security. To the extent that some were trained 6 months, 3 weeks, and the circumstances, and you could see there was nothing called merit during the consideration. They were just brought in because of certain alliances and affiliation they had with certain individuals and certain parties. We pushed them in. The commission provided an opportunity to be able to purge the institution of all these hoodlums and criminals. But unfortunately, the president disagreed. The white paper that was given to him, that paper was consigned to the defense dustbin at the Flagstaff House. No, none of the recommendations don't forget that Azuguya or police in na odi animu kodi sansem hunu no ewo Ayawaso West Wagon. The recommendation at the end of the day he was even to be disconnected from the national security. Later, few days after, he led another raid in a Sankregba. And I am a man for casino. A man for similar to your boat them and ever be an fa. So that is the level of impunity at level. During the election, we also saw what happened. Okotechimana yenya your friends observers they just went to the place to observe the outcome of the election. Yenya police for no soldier for say dam and I say show and a war mutima in a close range ya tutuo bo nipa kuno. Besin no investigation has been conducted in that particular incident. President Kasana I said the election was peaceful, but for some few your friend is saying or say few something deaf or not describe that particular incident. Yes, and you're brushing aside the scene there. The incident at the Chiman Ablekuma and other these things were perpetrated by hoodlums or more aware national security attack, national security police in the military. They got away with it. Quite recently, Abrante Yakuno a Jirai Kaka Yakuno no. Boys near demonstration, the subsequent event brought death to a lot of people. But see, so that is the level of impunity, a surge within this particular thing. And the other side, the fact that we have enlisted criminals. Quite recently, who MPB were posting on social media, so, about in the constituency for or the 6 guys our police. In the middle of anything, our posting on social media, was here posting. Boys, I don't want to social media. Or not buy an MP, These are man for what push you or police. And all these things went, nobody spoke about it. So we've gotten to a point where police is turning out to be a criminal organization. Even though I believe that we have genuine guys, and Dan Parabai, he's doing his best to position the police in such a way as I know the day no. Ghana for Benya Ahotoso. But some of these things break the heart of ordinary Ghanaian who believe because police in here to action in some unnecessary training no. A criminal or one omudi vans achi committed such a crime. I know the day you pull back.
It puts fear.
Definitely. And then the most interesting development I am back crying I acquire police for no as you first why near my way no and also no give you another suspicions that maybe a bit more police in trying to cover certain things up because most of my investigation you know omonya sales guys are a bit police for or machi or more police custody or more investigation. Yes. So what you will be you can't there is this presumption of innocence until a court of competent jurisdiction akase nipa na guilty no you can't say oh you're criminal fine that particular presumption of innocence no you hold it yet is agrofo no you say police for ekoye raid or baby sa police for me no na omo ye we na omo se ya chi omo ye suspect no na ye de omo di omo nim say omo koye raid omo koye na omo se shoot out e break ye nipa bi ewu e wo hot say sa police for me no omo ye suspect omo betimi ambo ayen I'm here investigation for whatever happened. Police for no be can kire yen say for no etu aku na mo free say nso na gina ni party. You see, that is how the police is turning out to be a criminal organization trying to cover things up as ever yeah and nema na as a Ghana for because this as ansem no mo kan no mo dey release Bible ntin no. Nipa bia ni ho anadwe mu da ho a obeka sa asem na kire na obefa o serious. So omoko no police for no mo call for that particular raid no obi anwu apart from the two, were they in handcuffs, were they giving guns, were they part in the exchanging and so form. Na so we coach say a hana criminal way criminals no one. Nipan ekowura onye no answer wa pointed to the place. And as a wint be job mo mo. You see, these are things that beg for answer. At the end of the day, no, let me tell you, I'm an analyst. So when the issue comes, I will just project it and review it dispassionately and just look at the weak angles and the weak links. Then we project it. Sabi amanfobe who what actually going on. But you can't begrudge me if that is my opinion. Say maybe the police is trying to cover something up because that particular decision either said they exercise a sick discretion or it's just a deliberate attempt just to get those people killed. Sabi the issue will just die out. What I say na American. But in all these things, you know. And now some of us are vindicated. I catch them say recruitment, you know, quite fast you training police in as for there a level much to be desired. We are quite fast you training. How can I say obi a wedding for 21 years? The exposure, the experience when now I find panel I'm on 6 months training now the tuition in some 6 months training now the tuition in some not order nam. Obesi police ni bia ba na etu e bona kon na ono mensa na osa. And the tone born a jitrenya, obekuni ho, a kunipo more. That's what I'm telling you. When you arm a fool with a gun, he's dangerous to himself, dangerous to everyone. The biaba how trinity train, a bekune komo more, and that is the point we've got into. Okay, okay. And review, quite fast, you training police. May I have come up with a suggestion, say, instead of that 6 months and as a for them, let us set up police academies on training schools long to say nursing training or we nursing training or forms go for 3 years you train the person so by the time any person be that 3 years you know
yes sound mind
yeah obetime you obi yes we na den obey anya hwe so bete sa police na ye nipa wodi to question nsem you can just train the person for 6 months now train no no out live the way out to the sense and the crime you fight e wo we ase no me say it is ever cyber either bioterrorism and whole lot of things are also in the internet.
Police are short of that.
Look at the training we give. Yes, some ko gumuram. Na ebinum from homa, na ebinum fra, ebinum na matechem, na ebinum wiawo na de ase, na ase for them. That is the training we give. Enti nipa na we train wo busha or from homa na or na matechem no. O de na ba na say crime na cyber on the internet. Oba da kon.
On that note, the OP phone lines are 0503 236 735 0503 738 0503 236 736. Pacho Momodi answer over free. Now, just say a number no screen also. Pacho ofrepe, Mr. Ofrepe do TV sets in mame. Do TV sets in mame. Let's see directly from the phone. Now, I've an account. Just say in police for the training omukumu there.
Yes, that is the reality because I've been to police school a couple of times and training on the man. I can sit here and tell you that most are outmoded. Matisa I say because for real, and when I said now there is the need for them to review if they are because you can't train somebody for 6 months and then pass a down to this. No, because it's politics. So it is about your constituency way. There are rumors. I don't go for the training. They just go for the uniform. These are rumors, and you can't begrudge people some of these things. And they say rumor behind sometimes there smoke with that fire.
Even if you meet them on the way, almost first question that they ask you, no clearly tell you say.
No professional.
No professional.
No police need to go and be conduct. So you see, element of professionalism, no, and you can't blame them because proper and requisite training are a bit more enlighten the mind because you see, modern policing security is about the mind, it's about intelligence. That is why I was telling you about the last time. Say, yeah, can't about say yeah, enlisted police. I say, yeah, yeah, any part.
My main call like this. So, hello, good morning.
Morning.
Pacha France, if I'm not free fee. Olebu, Pacha France saying.
Joseph.
Okay, Joseph, Pacha Etio.
You say we are now some now camera. Police for them that I know what you have this because police need to be bonding. Oh shit, your cost for bonding was there was airtime. Just start to come some multinational traffic like that. See, boss, I'm saying that I know yet to my battery. Akaka. Serious, akaka.
Okay.
Because many know Kasaka. I went to the office. I'm a police near them. I said, "On the papa, I'm here." And I said, "Yeah, tell me again." But only the Kasaka is also a cheap. Ya walk not okay. Telephone. No, me so. And that and no, I wish by say, "Yeah." Namin Kwanka police in your Kumutu guy.
Mate, you better ask the Pacha corner obi. Embra na ye Pacho ebinom friend was WhatsApp line no Pacho ye picking WhatsApp calls e wa ha e normal call ti Pacho bo modi an say obe free normal line mo free WhatsApp I've now will make a point.
Yeah, so because modern security, no, it is about intelligence. And the first night obi okubi ko soja just say bati abo just say 9 esi form just say we no and it is about say enlightening the mind of the person and the advances of technology and as for who use you just to combat crime. And yes, any part of here then as for your fan now
Okay. Hello, good morning. Okay, Pacho Koso.
Enti se ofa nipa no fa sa entity enimu na oba abonten na adwen nyina ye that brutish mentality oya mebo oya meteti a wo na me police ni na me kuratu ya hunuhuna na asisie ni sansem hunu na so obetena se ya hu se no ese me use madwen rationally no me who how to because there are some of the betime koshia crime bia eni se wotwetuo wano keke kra no if you are smart you can just do a lot of these things but police no na ye
okay I think any ahoma no high pa Pacho Ofra bomojan so bedu mu TV sets no am I hello good morning
Morning, boss.
Pacho France if na free
I'm Pacho Medish na the cafe fee.
O kasa fifa so true okay Pacho mayenti unka
okay you Pacho we kasa mi azuki ma fa ni ma we the victim na nsemo wona akwabi e defraud me na me report case no police for na nye ho hwe it's ni am no e police case omo jan ho omo che case no me so fi this is the to what na no me ko ho omo jan ho ni am ni it's na me court na it's akwaye case na me so me no am fa no ko odoko yep case ya na my friend, my no man, I'm my friend, I'm only needing. Yes, I was person that they are one call them. It's you know, you offer a one
Madam Fubi, Aquani, Madam Fubi, a crime officer. Police needs to pass, police need to catch him. I didn't see a minute starting me, but maybe I can't quit those who could know. That's what I said. I'm not catching me say. I'm not saying I am not color. Any. No cranny, I mean, no cranny, I mean. I'm no catching. You see, can I kill? It's in a way, no more trains there. System not show that. It's not a saying from running saying, not today.
Okay, you hear that say? Also, you catch it say some of the other police station the fact.
Yeah.
And it's true. It happens in so many cases.
Yes. So you see, crime I assume some level of sophistication. So first, I'm for a area with sad tricks, and then criminals and also upgrade your home. Said the iPhone 4 iPhone 5 and the iPhone 6 upgrade you come when you and then sana criminals and also they upgrading their games. And then now most of the crime bank robbery as for no nipa no for to so bank could be out, but they will use the internet cyber crime as for no. And then say obi at the internet na or person about chrono. Normally
hello.
Okay, I have just one. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
But your first safe and Afrifi.
Paper job me the Daniel Mkasifi Tamanu Town.
Okay, but you
paper job mine now Tuesday one day me follow na pa not make be based on point. Aya enre come to one ya kwaduma police ni wo say watch driver ni. Open lances bla. Na the ma ori che wo say lances no so from bla. Also to bo where president to car no or the corporate station ni they can no go. President for the no me the bla ya na mo ya ndie.
Yo, Patrick, yeah, that's so to be fair if he tell my new town over to my friend 0503236735 0503236735 which was I said no WhatsApp message the same hello, good morning.
Morning.
Patrick France if and Afrifi.
Medicinal, me na me friend ya network na captain na me.
Okay. This boy the first mama and confirm every line so.
Aha, police ne pass a train no, e na assembly friendly me no. Hello.
Yes yo.
Aha, e na we na ye we no. Afi na me ko hu akwanyi bi na o che me so. Ebe ya, e ko hu military police ni bi. Na onko chief asiye gina takes the one in seven no. Na afi e chire obusa me se sika na esen. E sika no sadia enyi. So in a sense, no system no a crashing. System we na gaza nya de ni ejuma.
Okay.
Democracy no. In a way no MYN. You find it very difficult saying realizing say democracy is a problem.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So offer okay, Ivan.
Course
okay, remember your course. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
What are your last caller? Pacha from Seven Afrifi.
Mekasafi Ablekuma.
Yeah, from saying.
Mekasafi Ablekuma. To me, a small boy, you know, in do this like in Chumoto. The call be a friend of business. Police, the police say
hello, position who ye and so naka wasam position who ye na ma on the scrap.
Police are to do a crack. Like our surprise, like what are you doing? The police were watching. You understand?
Okay. Yeah, that's the line no in but I see police be papa pedi bi age omonkwale I say bo I had the course no ABC I have your quick
yes so not me say crime be a bedroom no I rise to a level criminals na nkasa upgrade omo ho a omo attain some level of sophistication omo afa kwan omfa so mo ye that recently there was a story of a man for mo engage in a friend saying human organ trade nipa like two nipa parts in as for no what they did is say a organization am say offer free surgery to countries ba some of the ya dey bi o ha ombema free ombeye ombeye surgery amount free omo konena na maaye campaign omo na mo ye surgery ma amamfo mo ba at the theater no omo de omo doctor ba omo de omo scrubbing nurse beba anesthetist ka ho tese team no nyina set and omo ko theater ho na then they are operating on the patient na pa later it came out years after say not knowing how operation omo ye ni nyina all the invasive procedures no mo ye omo pie nipa like laparotomy omo ye incision into the abdomen no nyina no why that particular incision be a kidney back on the coy. It took years obi koye scan and say no say the kidney aka back ye floor. That is the level crime and now obi any over fat or bank say or robbery in a broad day do na anya sa so in a cyber way and am for efa so ebokro no and now one year internet fraud no. People are buying logins from dark web or the login in a unhuno. I'm for using VPN or more it's a router or more internet IP address and Ghana had no route to Cote d'Ivoire and the old follow but and then they are scamming. So this is the level of crime no so as a police and as a train any security person biana you elevate their train to a level on bet me any criminals no stand at par. Well, imagine say an intelligent person. Why not say on farm one or no? They are very dangerous. Imagine say doctor near our hospital. No say nim de no one or the baby bonny. Such person bet made the bonny over 50 years. So for you to be able to track that particular person, you need to train a mind that you were enlightened. Okay. More some of these things and training now the money partner. Bet you mono. Your policy for the national security. Do say even IT. Crano minim hunim there. Meaning police in India have WhatsApp crime just be a type of man. And such a person is a police officer. Over corner or say BNI by so Juma and you begin to ask yourself so crime ban the first or find these individuals and the panel crime ban offers on the preparedness and they say combat the crime in this technologically inspired world that crime costly or better I relevant. Nippon on the training area Nico bush baby and now more macho and I the macho I check for. So these are some of the psyche we need to just reorient. Now you say rules of engagement, everything has changed. Let's put aside politics. Now you understand, man, for the police, you know, I do a level. Even there are a lot of guys from the university who are sitting at home when you're Jumaya. So what prevents us? Yeah, afford more opportunity. Those from the university, if you want to join the forces, and as any of the military way, just give them pass. Once the person award the qualification and the desire to do it, let us push them there because Nipa why enlightened to a certain level, no. It will be very hard, even though they can engage in crime and so forth. But I'm telling you, say, rate at which on best and so better. But until say a best man, lay a best in the politics and a constituency executive for Nipa Terebra and a way women's organizer the Nipa Foaba, Nipa not never some are criminals. Already know they have ties with gangs. They have gangs affiliations and so forth already with those ties. So when you push him to become a police, not with the gun manner, then he's connecting his criminal organization to the police. Now he has access to gun, and then they can go and terrorize people. And then van attacks in their costume. Ebanese is a syndicate or yes, I'm a police officer. And when the guy yes say the young police in about who say oh yeah I'm robber I can't on police in I can't robbers no he had no other options of Kunu because yes what I say that is the level we've got into. Ninjina I see because yanya near my the politics are say adibia. So I think that we need to do a lot.
There's a video trending on social media. You are one of the arrested police officers.
Okay.
Yes.
And you see, one of the dangerous things, one of them, a police instructor, training police for there. So teacher near police for there, a crime for a armed robber, a criminal. You can imagine the kind of impact when you're on a lot of people. So you end up training criminals. Now our army or more with gun and a badge. And you wouldn't now driving as a police initial or your own you are not sure whether I'm robber and a police in I know the day no Okojino Sumu or here a laptop and an iPhone that will because that only way be a crime for a because of politics.
Okay, yeah, that's a from Mystic Wonder
but sorry, in all this, you know, my and Casa police for Sunya, there are good ones, the new ones in all the agents almost or more Juma. So you know, but and then because of the accident, that is how we look at it. And the modern trend I'm a farmer for the room.
It is inarguably clear that the economy is in shambles, but the incompetent, insensitive Nanado is not being truthful to Ghanaians. Where are their so-called economic gurus? They are known talkatives and nothing else, and the center cannot hold. The Supreme Court's ruling is nothing but a judicial support for the obnoxious e-levy, and indeed the future is pregnant. And this is where we end today's show on Active Morning. Yebeda Ivan Asese, Obeka Yen, Sameda Clements, Fabia, any production team in say Isaac White, Too Sweet, Chechebo, Peter, Steven, Madam Nina Ase, and our executive producer, Apostle General. So Yebeda Munina say Muso Jumadino Ase Emane Ebaso. But before I go, a happy birthday to Jaden Senafiao, any Aram Senafiao, or more Pure City International School, and a birthday, Yamin Shamo, na on Yemo Kese, and this is from your dad and your mom. And also a very happy birthday to Elder William Kwashi, Elder William Kwashi, or Church of Pentecost, Oyarifa District, Yamin Shao, Nonya Ukese, and also a birthday, Yamin Shao Pa, Nonya Ukese, Medindi Ejenim Boat, Yamia Doma or Chance, you be seen Kunya, Koswashe Active TV, Nani Pabibri, Ewaha.